Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Today we're filling in for I'm filling in for Lie. This is the Smoking Nick. He said he's gonna pop in his head later. We're gonna get it popping today, and we're gonna talk about this horrible loss. And just for my guy, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. You ready? E?
What's
You
up?
ready? I've been dying to
Tr-
do that. I've been
Drop that
dying.
bomb.
Yeah, I've been dying to do that. How you doing, E? How you feeling?
Um, I'm good. I guess I'm good until I watched that game, that disappointing performance. I was good earlier, to be honest with you. But now I just got so many things going through my head like, what should they do with this one? What should they do with this guy? Should they trade him? Because
Yeah, I'm at the point where you could trade everybody for all I give a shit. I'll be straight up.
I wouldn't do that quite yet. Trade just maybe a specific player, but we like I
To me,
said
there's
this
nobody
before,
that's
and I'm
not
gonna say it
tradable right
again.
now, bro.
We haven't seen the team fully powered. Like, don't trade away all the chips. Let's actually put a point guard in that starting rotation and see how we perform. There's no need to just. He's still young. Let's just call it face of what it is. We still got a young core, and they're not at their best abilities, but we're not setting them up to be their best. We need a point guard, preferably a four general passing first, where he can get the offense going. Point guard, but Kimba, he looks I mean he's Kimba, but his shots is flat.
Bro, this ain't this ain't cardiac Kemba that we got, bro.
Nah, it's cripple
This is
Kimba.
this is old man Kemba we got right now, brother. And this unfortunate, but to me, like that there was somebody and I'm just giving him a little shout out real quick just because I think he does great work. But this other podcast called Into the Knicks verse. I don't know if you if
Right,
you if
right.
you heard of it. What I like about the host of that show is that he talks about the way that he talks about stuff. He doesn't just throwing things out there. He shows stats. So like I was seeing like what he was talking about. He was being very analytical. One thing that he pointed out that I didn't notice, and like obviously I saw it, but I didn't know how bad it was. Is that when Kemba's on the floor, our team is a minus 47.
Ding.
All
Like
right.
ding.
When
Bell
Burks
should
is on
go
the
off.
floor, when Burks is on the floor, we're a minus 8.
Mm.
When Quickly's on the floor, we're actually a plus 7.
Well, you know what I say? Well, not continue. My bad. I mean cut.
And
Because you're
no,
making
no,
a point.
no, you good.
You were making a point. I felt like, oh man, I got to respond to that because I just wanted to say, why is Kimber playing? Why is if he's a minus? If the difference is so different, why is he even playing? You know what
Um,
I'm saying? Like he's
I see E's in the. I mean, Nice is in the chat.
why is
Um,
he even playing?
and my whole thing is just like I'm done with the experiment, bro. Like to me, it's like it's run its course. To me, it's obvious that it's not working. You know what I'm saying?
What experiment
The whole
specifically?
Kemba experiment. To me, it's obvious that it's not working. How you doing, Nice?
Was
I
good, was good. As you
what's
guys,
going on, nice.
sweet, sweet. Man, this thing wasn't even working on my end.
It's okay, man. We were just discussing what happened. We just the demolish. Oh man, it was just bad.
We're going
That's
through
what
the
we were talking
motions.
about.
Yeah, we're going through what is it, the 7 stages of depression. I don't know how many stages there are, but we're going through them.
We trying to work our way up to it. They was doing bad, but how bad were they doing?
As bad as trading the whole starters.
Bro, I'm
I
done with
went.
this whole team, bro. I'm like I'm just like look I love my guys like I love RJ and everything, bro. But that's not Nick basketball.
Atmosphere. But you see what I'm saying, right? Look at Obi, look at Quickly, and look at Burks. Just focus on those three. They playing with the starters, or they have something to do with the starters. They play like pure freaking garbage. Now you bench all the starters, and for some odd reason, you still have them three playing with each other, and that's when they actually play well. Quickly wasn't hitting nothing until they actually benched RJ and Randall. And I keep on saying this. It has something to do with an ego thing. Like somebody has an alpha mentality that I think that they pull each one of those three on the side and they told them like, listen, whenever I'm on the floor, you pass the ball to me. All right. If you want to keep playing for this team, and it's like you look, you see quickly, you see Obi, you see Burks, that they hesitate with their shots, but when they
So
don't, uh huh,
no, I was gonna say, keep in mind that's speculative though. That the whole somebody pulled somebody to the side and said, yo, like I'm the man, like that. Let's make sure
it's too
we put that
obvious.
out there.
Yeah, but
But
it's too
but it's
obvious.
speculative. We
It
still
could,
gotta
it
put that out
could,
there.
I understand. But to me, like, even if or not, it's too obvious. Because once it gets to the point, bro, that let's say it's not only one, two, three, four, it's a bunch of game. And this has already shown since last season. Last season, why do you think that they have Derrick Rose playing with Emmanuel Quickly, Obi, and Burks? And they never
Why?
had a problem. They never had a problem. But whenever you have one of those individuals, except Rose, except D Rose. So if you had D Rose with the starters, you still see D Rose doing his thing, but not quite as much as he be doing it with the start with the bench.
But nice, respectfully,
No,
like
no, no, you good, bro.
I just have to say that, like I think our bench is overrated too, bro. Honestly,
It,
like
it, it
I think because we're the Knicks,
yeah, but
we
number doesn't lie, bro.
Well, you know what I believe? I believe since our starters look so bad, that makes our bench look so good.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
no,
come
that's
no,
on.
what I'm
no.
saying. That's how I
It,
feel.
it, it can be, because if you look at all previous games, let's even focus on the last 20 or 30 games. I could guarantee you this, that our bench does not have a plus minus than the actual starters, and that's a fact.
But
I mean, I
but
don't
you
really know that
but
stat. I don't in the past 30 games, I don't know how important that stat is. I
It is
think it's
important.
more on the
Hmm.
rotations because the bench, they got different rotations. They got different, rotations all the time. Sometimes they might have a rotation with a starter and on the floor at the same time. So I'm not taking that serious enough to say, okay, it's the starters. We got to trade everybody on the starters. Nah, it's not that simple. It's a little
And
harder than that.
yeah
It's a
yeah.
problem. The ball is stopping because somebody's on that floor with the starters. The ball is stopping. I truly believe it comes from Kimba and Fournier because last year we were doing all right, and it has something to do with Randall too. But I'm not. We get into that, a little bit later or whatever or whenever.
mhm.
But I think
But
they need to. They got a problem.
yeah,
It's them two guys right there.
and nice, real
And
quick. If we're gonna talk about numbers, like I don't know if you caught what I was saying earlier,
Mhm.
but with since we've been on this losing streak since Kemba came back. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they started playing, right? You know, statistically, this is a stat.
Mhm.
With Kemba on the floor, our team is a minus 47.
Mhm.
With um with Burks playing as the point guard, we're a minus 7, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
With Quickly on the floor, we're actually a plus 7. That was as of the last the last game, not this one. So I don't know
Yeah.
what it is now, right?
Mhm.
So to me, it's just like the problem. It starts with the rotation. I'm tired of the Kemba experiment. Like it's not working. Like
It's
the amount of points that are being allowed when he's playing out there is
mhm.
ridiculous, and he's not providing enough offense to really have him out there. To me, if he's not scoring at least 15, 16 points a game, what's the point of him if he's not playing any defense?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It
If
seemed like he a placeholder for Rose, but he's not.
Nah,
We got
nah,
to get
nah.
him out the
To me,
lineup. We
just
can't wait
just
until
start
Rose come
Burks
back.
if you just if it's gonna be like this. At least with
Yeah.
Burks is not a minus 47, bro. Like
Yeah, I was like, we can't wait. You
Think,
got to go. We can't wait
think,
for Rose to come back.
but think about it this way, a audio and Eve. As much as we want to see this whole team collectively doing well, we cannot keep damaging in pretty much what's actually working for us. The bench, as much as people want to criticize or saying just because there's certain players that is not playing with the bench, well, that's why I don't like the bench. It can't be that way because bench day in and day out by the majority of the time, whenever they have nothing to do with the stars, they normally a plus, not a minus, not equal, a plus.
Hmm.
And just like I said, and I keep on saying this, IQ, Burks, and Obi. Even Taj, you could put him in the mix. And Taj is not playing bad at all, but
He's
it's
not playing his
something.
best either.
Yeah, like it's something that is not in him. Like playing with that rotation with the starters, it's like something is not clicking. So now
And
even add a Taj to the mix, and I'm telling you right now, last year's stats on Taj, it was like normally you always need normally see him at an average of 15 or around there. Playing with the starters, he's a plus two, a negative. I'm being used to seeing Taj being in the negative side, playing with the bench, with
right.
the starters now. So it's getting to a point that it's not only one player, it's not another, it's a bunch of players.
Yeah, and to add
I
to
don't
what you're
believe you.
saying,
I don't believe my bad. I want to say something audio because
no, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I don't believe that it's all the players. I
Mhm.
don't see it that way. I think they got to insert son into that lineup to get the players playing better because you said it in your stat when you said you see that Kimba's in minus 47, but Burke, he's a what? Did you say he was a plus or a minus?
Burks was a -7.
He was a -7. That's a big difference. Call it what you want. I don't know. That's a huge difference. And
I'm gonna
Burt, you just inserted him into the lineup. They need to get a point guard that can actually
go.
produce that can give you. He's going to give you production every night. You know you're going to get something out of him. Try
Mhm.
it that way. Let's see what
We
happens with the
have
rest of
we
this
have
team.
tried. No, we
No, we
have
haven't
tried.
tried.
Yes, we
No, no,
have.
we give me an
As much.
example.
Let me just say this real quick. E.
I got you.
Do you
Yeah.
believe? Do you believe Burks plays either better with the starters or better with the bench?
I don't know. I don't think it comes down to that. I
All
don't.
right,
That's
all
not the
right, all
question
right.
I'm
Audio,
asking.
audio. Do you believe Burks plays better with the bench or with the starters?
I think he played better as a from the bench role when you just needed him to do streaky shooting
I like them
Same,
like that too.
same question with IQ. Do you see him playing better with the bench or with the starters?
with the bench.
Do you see Obi playing better with the bench or with the starters?
With the bench.
100%.
Same and to I'm gonna add one more person to
Mhm.
that mix too. I think RJ also plays better with the bench too.
I I see it.
Because the
I
ball
see it
because
too.
because
Mhm.
the ball
Yeah.
movement is like R like you've been I don't know if I'm the only one who's noticed. He's become a lot. I always thought he was an underrated passer, but this year he's really been, like I feel
Improving.
like exhibiting that role
Yeah.
of like trying to facilitate, like move the ball, and like I think when he's playing with the bench, you see that ball zip
Oh.
around. He's finding he's finding Mitch, he's finding Obi, he's finding like
Hmm.
what I'm saying, he's finding IQ in the corner or you know Grimes or whatever.
But
Yeah.
So
even compared today, compared just today, it
mhm,
doesn't matter. It does not freaking matter. Just to me, in order not to curse, but it
mhm.
does not freaking matter if the bench is playing against the bench or the starters is playing with the starters. Because just like I said, the bench actually played against the starters. The only two that was missing in that starting lineup, the one that was actually destroying our starters was Butler
Hero.
and no Tucker,
Mm.
PJ Tucker. Like they're like in the last minutes or in the last fourth quarter, they actually did not play them at all just because they don't
It was
have no
over.
lead. It's 30 points underneath. So why there's no rush?
But you
We just gonna rest our best two players. Now
And
this
you know
do
what?
you know
And
how
you know
many
what?
times
Those are two players that have the attitudes that we wish our next
we
players
added
would
in
have.
our team. Yeah,
can you know how many times they actually bench the starters for the whole fourth quarter? That's got to be. I don't see that. That's
yeah,
got
but
to be the worst thing in the world. How
yeah,
you
but
gonna
politics.
bench your starters for the whole quarter? You do that because they're not playing, and I get the idea, but he has to do. He's done that a few times this season. I can see it happen maybe once or twice, but damn, Yeah, that
R,
bad. The coach don't even want to play out in the fourth quarter. I'm just
R,
saying, man.
RJ is not knocking on him. Like, bro, with what I seen on RJ, I'm telling you, and everybody already knows that I'm not an RJ fan. But if there is something with RJ, RJ is the type of player, bro. If you push his button or you make him mad, he explodes. And that's the type of RJ that I'm all in. I'm in the bandwagon with that RJ. With the RJ that sometimes he shows up or sometimes he doesn't, I'm not with that. Like I'm the type of person, bro, that I wanna keep on hearing Tibbs and bashing on RJ because I noticed. Have you noticed that every single time RJ is in the mix, like somebody is talking smack about him, bro, he shows up on the next game.
Because he got that star power we
And
need. We need it from
I mean,
Julius.
the thing is too, like I guess to put it in perspective, like at the end of the day, the star, the supposed star of the team is Randall, right? He's supposed to be the leader of the team, and this is why I say the best player isn't always the leader of the team. Right now, I think we don't have a leader on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see promise in the streak that RJ's had, prior, because he's scoring. It's just like, to me, it's just like a lot of it is what's the word? A lot of it's not necessarily going his way because of the things that are going on around him. And
Yeah,
I think a lot of that has to do with Tibbs too, bro. Like, yo, Tibbs, the way his rotations are crazy. Like, to me, it's just like we brought in Cam and we brought him in today for garbage time kind of thing.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And to me, it's like yo, like, why is he here then? Like, to
Cam
me,
looked like he could help out the team.
yo, he's playing good defense out there,
No, he
man.
play. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's playing
If
excellent defense.
if there's something, and this is my speculation, just like you said, audio. I'm just going to throw it out there. I
Right.
just feel like they sabotaging the starters. They want them to look that bad. They want
Mm.
them out, and I just hope that RJ is not in the mix because, just like I said, even though I'm not a fan of somebody, I'm not a fan of either Julius or RJ, but I do
But nice, how
give them
would that
credit.
benefit us if they sabotage the starters? Because then
I just I
they're,
just
they're losing their trade value.
I just do not know. But just think about it this way, audio. Do you think there's any reason to keep the same players on the floor when you already with all right, you put in the bench, we bring it down to 10 points, then you put back the starters, they bring it all the way back up to 30 points, and by 20 points, it shouldn't even be more than that. That's just me saying from a coach perspective. Just me trying to think like a coach. Once it gets to 20 points, I don't give an F. If
Hmm.
the starters ain't doing it, that's it. I'm not going over the 30, 20. I'm going to change it to my bench. And for us to get that bad to 30 and then relying, or not even relying, because the way I looked at it, they actually put the bench like, yeah, there ain't no way that they're going to win. You see my point?
Hmm.
Because as soon as they put the bench, there was ball movement, bro. It was like we was actually looking at a different team. Like this wasn't even the Knicks playing tonight once they put the bench. Like it was another team because they look hungry. They all look like now we in it to win it. I don't care if it's only 10 minutes left. I don't care if it's 14 minutes left. We win it. You see my point?
Nah,
Hmm.
I don't
Now,
see your point, bro.
but it's 30 points. This is what I'm saying, E. As a coach perspective, just try to think as a coach. You put in your bench, they bring it down to 10, then you make the readjustment, you put back up all your starters. Your starters bring, let's say, dig themselves even further from a 10 deficit to a 30-point deficit. And it shouldn't even go that far. As a coach perspective, you should be thinking like, listen, I don't care if they do a last good play. Once it gets to a certain point, I'm putting back my bench because obviously my starters ain't doing it. You see my point, E?
I hear you and I hear what you're saying, but the way you're structuring it, like you're saying, you're giving a lot of you're putting a lot of pressure on the back of the bench. You're talking about the bench like they should be the starters.
I'm
And No, it can't. It can't. It doesn't work like that. You
So
can't
how far?
substitute. Hold up. You can't substitute a group for a group. You got to substitute a player for a player. And yeah, I understand that rotation of the bench. Yeah, they're performing. I'll go as far as say they're performing better than the starters because I like the ball movement better. And you're only gonna. I like the shot selection better. I like the shots. Yes, I like the ball move. I like the shot selection better, and that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
And but the second unit does that. The first unit doesn't do that. That's the difference. Now, the second unit, they ain't gonna hit all their shots. They're gonna get the shots that they better shots, just like the first unit. They ain't gonna hit all their shots either. But they're not getting shots either. And the shots they're taking are bad shots. So there it is. The second units are able to, with the movement, they're able to get good shots. The first unit, they can't move the ball and they can't get good shots. So I don't know what the problem is, specifically pointing out who's the player I can point at. No, I don't see it like that. I say, okay, what does this lineup need? What should you inject into this lineup? I say we don't even have a point guard. We don't have a natural point guard to actually can get set a pick and roll. You know what I mean? It's the easiest play in the book. They can set a pick and roll. No, they don't do that. They're just standing around.
I don't. I don't think it's a point guard, bro.
Yo,
I know it's a point guard. That's the
real
thing.
quick, guys.
I know it's a point guard because they can't run no plays. Julius Randle was standing. You saw that shot when Julius Randle got the ball in the corner and he did a dribble, step back and shot the three. I'm like, what are you doing?
Let's just
Why
get
would you
talking
do
to
that?
Al. What's good, Al?
Nice, I
Yo.
came to come haunt you, bro. You know that,
I
right?
know.
I
belong to you.
I just hung up with DSJ. I told him I was going to bed, and I went back in the chat, and you wasn't there, so I came and I seen you up on here, so you know I had to come eat you up.
Worldwide L, salute. How you doing,
Salute,
brother?
my brothers.
What's going on, bro?
Let me get in
Delano
the
Still
nice.
Jr., I see you in the chat.
Let me get that nice. He was in the chat talking about Bam Adebayo outplayed Mitch.
Adebayo.
I don't know his name. Ammo, whatever his name is. If you watch the game, Miami does something that the Knicks does not do. They move the ball. And when you move the ball, everybody looks in the one-on-one matchup when Bam was trying to go to the hole, he could not do nothing with Mitch. Moving the ball does not mean you outplayed your opponent. Meaning your team outplayed their opponent. Nice. So understand the game that's being played. Them bench players, when you put them in the starting lineup, they don't perform. Why? Because they're bench players. How did Tyler Hero do against that bench? He bust their ass nice. He's a starter coming off the bench. Understand the difference. We don't have our only starter that comes off the bench is Derrick Rose. He's not playing. The rest of the guys are bench players for a reason.
How many did we lose from? Or by, I mean?
What?
Yeah.
Say it again.
How much did we actually lose by?
It's not the starter's fault, bro. You like the bitch too much.
What difference does that mean?
He like his favorite player, man. You like your favorite player just because your favorite player on the bench.
Y'all gotta hear Nice talk. He's in the chat with us.
I know.
Y'all gotta hear him talk. Like Nice, you didn't
crazy.
see. Like this game is on. Like all I want Tibbs to do is say, "All right, this game was on me. I fucked up. I take full blame. You didn't have your team prepared. They came out there and run sets for Randall, and it was clear as day that Miami was prepared for that. Why the fuck is you still going through fucking Randall? You just played two teams, the Cavaliers and Miami, on back to back, and you watch how they move the ball.
But L, I have
ISO plays.
It's like they're trying to get him out of a funk or something.
But L,
it's just bad, bro.
I have a quick question for you.
It's horrible.
Let me give you a quick example. I'm gonna give you a quick game within the game, right? The first 4 possessions was for Randall, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the score after the first 4 possessions? Wasn't we down 12-2?
Bad shots.
I rest my case. Y'all have a good night. I'm sorry to come in and
Drop some knowledge real quick.
You have to learn the game within the game, bro. You my bro,
Just
and I
dropped a
love
few
you. But
jewels.
But
it was
how you just
four
gonna leave like
straight
that?
possessions. No, no, it was four
L,
straight
because
possessions
you being too smart.
with
You being
ISO
too.
Randall in the beginning of the game to start the game.
Doing
I
step
In
see.
the
backs.
first four
I
possessions
see.
for Miami was all 3-pointers.
L,
He
I
doing
God
see.
step
damn,
backs though.
but
I see.
two.
Listen to this. I see things even much different than you guys. That's the thing. That just because I do not see it just like the way you see it out, that doesn't mean that
That's
oh
what
I
it
got
is, though. Nice. That's what
but
it is.
listen,
Nice. He kind of the starters, bro. The bench. You taking the
That's what it.
bench.
Nice. That's what
It's,
it
all
was.
right, all right. So I'm gonna let you both of you guys talk because I'm trying to make a point
Nice.
and you
No,
guys ain't
that's what
gonna
it was.
let me.
Nice. No, you go
E,
watch the game. You watch the
E,
first couple of
E.
possessions.
You
Watch the
know,
first possession. They go through Randall. He forced a shot. They go through
E,
Randall. He forced it. They go through Randall. Every time that he had the ball, he hit one little 2-pointer, but every time they went down, they scored a three.
E.
And it was
All
his
right,
and those are
man
the shots that
making that
missed.
scoring.
all
Why
right.
You
you
know what I'm
still
saying?
going through Randall for?
So
So
where's Mitch? Where's
teams,
Mitch?
teams don't know that not to go through Randall.
Yeah.
Why
He
you
think he LeBron. He's not LeBron James. He don't
All
can't
right.
handle the
So
ball. He doesn't make
All right,
decisions.
all right. Are
So
y'all
he's playing out
are
of
y'all
position.
done? Are y'all,
SK, what's good, bro? What's good, SK? I can't hang out. I just came to come tease nice real
are
quick for
y'all
a little while. I
ah,
gotta
now
y'all
get
you're
finished?
back.
gonna leave. You're gonna leave until I say what I gotta
Sure,
say.
Yeah, nice. I hang out. I hang out till you
All right.
finish.
y'all done.
So let me just
What's
say this
poppin',
real quick.
family?
It's
All
not. It's
right.
not
I
me.
just wanted to know. Y'all finished? No, 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 no. I appreciate you stopping by and dropping what you got. Because to be honest with you, I was disgusted with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Disgusted with everybody. It wasn't. This ain't no like pick and choosy thing or person above the no. I was disgusted that defensive effort is not where we need it to be. Like the intensity, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like everything is late, everything is sluggish, is slow. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's kind of despicable that we damn near 50 games in.
Yeah, bro. This
So
is look.
like to be honest, like it's not just Randall to me. Like people want to pinpoint it Randall, RJ. Like, to be honest, Fournier didn't start how I wanted him to start. Fucking then they benched Kemba. Then RJ had like 15 games I didn't like. Then fucking Randall got into this he got an attitude funk. And it's a culminative effect of bullshit
Right.
that we shouldn't be dealing with. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers should be appreciative that we relevant and be trying to play hard. But everybody just want to make it this thing over that thing and this thing over that thing and be so fucking petty. And
Right.
it's kind of annoying. So at this point, I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I just think we trash, period. And
We
until they
are.
prove me different, that's where I'm coming from. We trash as a whole.
So let me just say my
That was
two takes
was
real quick.
SK. That was the bomb. That was bomb.
That was a mic drop.
I had to.
That was the
I
mic
had
drop.
to. I had to put that bomb there because when he said he was just speaking facts, and I was like, "Yes, we are
They are.
trash.
They are. It's no
We're
one to blame.
trash. Stop making
It's
excuses."
no one to blame when you got a so-called star player and your coach
I'm just
ain't
tired of it.
defending
It's
that.
just sad and just motherfuckers want to blame this person and just want to blame this sin and motherfuckers age. Nah, motherfuckers
It's a
like
collective.
Coach.
Randall and RJ are not number ones or number twos. Them niggas is, if we want to keep it all the way real, like your man said he was a bench player. Nah, they just high paid role players, my dude. Like when you need them the most, they don't
And
show
I
up.
gotta
They act like they
I gotta
Mhm.
niggas.
disagree. I gotta
I
disagree with
agree.
that,
I
SK.
Bro,
agree.
I
I'm
gotta
just
Don't
nah.
disagree.
worry, SK.
I'm
You
just
can say
calling it like I
done with
see it.
me.
Your man RJ, he be getting blocked. He don't have no moves. Like he threw up that left hand shot today that made me turn my TV off.
Sometimes you don't sound like you don't know what you're
SK,
talking about.
he's a third-year player. Randall's a
Come on,
seven-year
bro.
player.
Oh my God, he's a professional.
Every single time, there's always gonna be an excuse. I
Come
swear to
on,
Oh,
God,
bro.
it's
If he
always
if
yo,
he was
SK,
working
you
for
ain't talking
if he
about. I
was
can
working
read your
for
mic, yo.
Google or something, you wouldn't say, "Do you know he's a third year player?" You
Look at
would
his,
never say that.
look where RJ is at. Look where RJ is at his third
yeah,
year. Randall was at his
yeah.
third year.
A negative
Come on,
36
We
is
got
bro.
that.
And you saying
we
and
got a
you
little
Ne-
saying
future.
Rand, you say RJ not a starter?
negative 36 today. Oh,
He's a role
Come
player,
on,
bro.
man. That
He's
whole
a
team was negative 36.
no. I'm
Not
saying
the whole
RJ is
team.
not a
Don't
starter in
say
this
the whole
league.
team.
That's what you're saying,
I
SK.
never said
RJ
he
is not
was.
a
I just
starter.
said he was a role player. I never said he wasn't
No,
a
you said
starter. Starters can be role players.
you said he a high payroll
Yeah.
play. You ain't just say role play. You said high payroll play.
Like I said, he's a role player. You heard it. I speak clear. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. You know what I mean?
Some of your
Straight
meanings be
up.
getting kind of
I talk.
confusing.
Nah.
They
Y'all,
confuse you
y'all
for
try
me.
to. Y'all don't try to speak for me. I can speak for myself, fam. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not
I'm
speaking
very.
for you. I'm just going. I'm
No,
just
no, not
saying
you,
what I'm
L. Not
asking
you,
you.
L. No, not you, L. You know what I mean? I'm saying I'm very concise. I'm very concise, and I mean what I say. So when I say he a role player, I know what I see. He don't do enough. Yeah, he might
Nah.
show up sometimes because
Mm-hmm.
some dudes may let him go left, but if you ain't let him go left, he ain't
How
doing
much?
nothing.
How much RJ averaged this month?
Oh my
I don't
God.
He's
You
care.
averaging
trying to
20,
you
almost
trying
22 points a
How
let
much
me
game.
we
let,
win this
Of
month?
22?
How much
Oh,
we win this month?
Well,
that
it's
How
was
a
much
lot to
we
do.
22.
win
SK,
this
it's a lot
month,
to do.
though?
It's a lot
hey,
to
How
do
much
with
we
incident.
win this month, bruh?
SK, you know one
No,
of the
bro, you
problems
just
is.
talk about the players. I thought you was
bro,
talking about
guys,
players. I
guys,
didn't know you was talking
stop
about the whole
You know what
team.
speaking.
the but you know what the problem is. You know what the problem is.
Go,
You can say
go
the
ahead,
players.
L.
You can say the players is the problem, right? SK, but it's the coach.
No, it's
Look,
more than that. Yeah.
SK, it's the person that pulls.
I,
You
I,
have to
I, I,
recognize
I,
it.
L.
So
I'll give you that.
when y'all call
I'll
them,
give you that because I was the first person saying that Tibbs don't. I was saying it last year that Tibbs don't make no adjustments. Everybody was like, he the coach of the year. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
I always
Why do
said,
you
nice to
put?
tell you, I always said that Tips get
Why
caught
do you?
watching
And
the
Nice
game.
will tell you too. I was like,
Watching
why
the
the fuck
game.
you put Reggie Bullock on Trey Young? That was
Come on, man. Enough
dumb.
with the Reggie Bullock talk.
Yeah. The
Bro,
part of
let me
the thing is like even SK,
It's
he
called
did
analysis, my
you
nigga.
don't make the proper he
It's
doesn't make the
incorrect.
proper adjustment.
what adjustment.
Burke's been
No,
struggling. Burke's been struggling for about a good 2 weeks now. We all can see that, right?
exactly.
So then you get Cam Reddish in here and you still playing Burks 35, 36, 38 minutes a game,
You
and
only
he's
played him 15
But
struggling.
they're
minutes
not
tonight.
even
Somebody
using them
getting
right.
traded because they got to
Where is
make
the
room for Cam.
scheme? Hold on. Fam, where is the fucking scheme? Where
Who
is the
gonna run the
plays to
scheme?
utilize? No, hold on. Where is the plays to utilize these dudes' strengths and weaknesses, fam?
That's
Who
a
gonna
good
Let
run
me
point,
the
SK.
scheme?
let
Who
me
That's a good
running
point.
it? We don't got nobody to
That's a good
run it.
point.
let me
What
How
you
we
mean
gonna
we ain't
do
got
this?
nobody to run it? We got a team full of handlers, shooters.
You don't
He
have
not
that. You don't
running
have
no
ball handlers in
Who
plays.
gonna run
You
it?
don't have
That's
ball
not their
handlers and
specialty. Some
playmakers.
of these
He
dudes is
not running
combo
no
guards. They play
fucking
the
play.
two guard.
All right, man. I'm a back
Derrick
out before I
Rose.
start tripping again.
Yo,
Derrick Rose is not a natural point guard. He's not a traditional point
Yeah,
guard. He's a
we don't
scoring
have
point guard.
let me just
Wasn't they playing? What's the other guy named? Quickly, he not even a point guard. He
no, yeah,
playing point guard.
we don't have ball handlers and point guards. But
That's
you're
a
right about
problem.
SK is right about not putting players in the best position to succeed. Randall's best position for success is not getting the ball at the top of the key, turning his back to the basket on an ISO play.
Bully
Now,
ball. That's his game. Bully
no,
ball.
he could do bully ball, but you got to get him closer to the basket.
yeah.
You got
Exactly.
to get
That's
him
what I
closer to the
mean.
basket.
Sometimes he got to put instead of hanging around the 3-point line, put your head down and go into the lane, attack the basket. Then he afraid to get double teamed. That's why he don't want to do that. Because he afraid he gonna make. Remember the first season he was there. Every time he was by the basket, he make turnovers. He still got that. Still a problem for him. Teams know that now. So now
see,
Julius
see,
Randle.
I can't hang out too long, fellas. I gotta go. I gotta get up in the morning. But nice, I get you Friday nights.
I got you. I got you.
All right,
yo,
All
I'll just
right.
yo,
drop on.
let's drop a bomb
all right.
for
Some
our guy
some
Love
here.
y'all.
basketball knowledge,
Like,
basketball
brother,
IQ in the
Yo, it
building.
was
thanks
nice
for
talking
dropping
to you,
through.
YL. I'm dropping a bomb for you right now, brother.
Good looking, bros. Good looking.
Y'all know I'm gonna be abusing that thing, right? I've been
Oh yeah,
dying.
that bomb thing, huh? That bomb is gonna be dropping.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's crazy, man. It's not the bench is good. That's the only bright spot we had so far this season.
Bro,
It's
I
the ball
even
movement, bro. 100%. I'll
But he,
tell you right now.
but like I
I'm
said, I
not
also feel like our starters are so bad. It makes our bench look like they're the best bench in the league, bro.
Can I
but
say something? Do you know why though? Do you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. And I really don't want to say this, but Julius Randle, it's not him. He got the talent. It's just the style of play. And you said somebody said it. He's the leader. So they're watching. If it came down to it, they had one shot left. They're gonna. The natural player to get it is Julius Randle. Straight up, that's the natural guy. They want him taking the shot, but he's not performing. He's supposed to be in that number one slot. He's not playing like a number one. And the team's starting unit is suffering because of that. So, Julius Randle, we need somebody to get Julius Randle's in the spots. Say, we're gonna get you the ball right here because you can make a quick move. You ain't gotta hesitate, or you ain't gotta dribble and doing something in the park. Like, you're not Kobe Bryant either. So stop trying to do me fake now. We're gonna put you in your spot. You're gonna get a high percentage shot.
Bro, I don't know what you talking about, bro, because Julius Randle, as much I don't like him, he be playing well, bro, on a one-on-one.
Nah, I don't like that.
The only problem with Julius Randle, bro, is that double team. And that's something that he still hasn't even figured out. That whenever he gets double team, it means pass the freaking
Swing the
ball.
ball as soon as possible. Yep.
Exactly. Like,
But he's doing
bro,
that
like
dribble.
But let me just say my point. By you saying that, oh, like he's good just to be in the corner and just take a shot, that's being disrespectful to Julius Randle.
I'm not saying that.
Because
I'm not saying that.
you did it. You did
I
like
said
10
you said
seconds
be in the
ago.
corner. You said be in the corner and take a shot. That's not what I'm saying.
All
That's
right,
what
so
he's
you
doing.
saying? What you
He's
saying?
hanging out by the 3-point line, but he's not in the corner. I don't want him to do. I want him to be more involved with the offense. That's why I want him to take more than just. I don't want him to stand around the 3-point line. I want him to go inside the lane,
the
hit
only
shots in there.
the only kryptonite, just like I said, bro, that Julius Randle has is him figuring out that once you get let's say there's a double team set up right towards you, pass the freaking ball. You
Yeah,
great
you're right.
playing you great playing one-on-one. But whenever we see a two-on-one, man, you it's not only you, bro. It's not and it's not being average. The only thing is that there's players that they're not the best doing that. If you're not a Kobe or you're not a Jordan, yeah, whenever you see that two-on-one, bro, just pass the freaking ball. You neither one of them two, so just pass the ball.
It's only been 2 of those though. I agree with half of what you're saying though, Nice.
He said half of what you say.
It is though. I'm being very
my
honest. As
my
far as
point
turning around saying the double team, I totally agree with you on that one.
my point is this. And I said it, I believe it at the beginning of the season that hey, I see even more potential with RJ seeing them with the bench. But then again, just man, I'm lately seeing that even they have tried that thing out, and I'm seeing quickly Burks and Obi playing with RJ, and they don't look comfortable.
But listen to this.
So
Listen to this. My boss said obviously. Barrett is striving with the bench. He is, right? That's when you see the best of him. Now imagine if they do what imagine they get some starters that do what the bench is doing. We will see good production out of RJ. So I don't think he's the problem. That's we can do a checklist, and I could check off RJ. I say, now you're not the issue. Who will be next? Who else should be on the checklist now? Because that's what we basically got to do. Who's giving the starters the issue? I check RJ, not who.
No,
Who would you say?
it's not either RJ or Julius Randle. The problem with the starters right now is between Kemba, Fournier, and I'm not saying that Fournier is doing a bad job. The only thing is that with the starters, he's not clicking. I see even more Fournier clicking with the bench more than me seeing RJ clicking more with the bench, and that's surprising to me.
You know
That
what the
is
problem
very
with Fournier
surprising.
is? You know what the
What?
problem with Fournier is? I agree with you too. But see, Fournier, he could have he'll have a 6-point game, and then out of nowhere he'll drop 30 for you,
Mm-hmm.
41 for you. That's the problem with Fournier. And then they paid him all of that money. It's like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like he has to play because if they ever get a chance to trade him, people gotta know what he brings to the table. That's the problem with Fournier. But yeah, I agree. He is a problem.
Salute, fellas.
Salute.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
Oh man, this by the way, it's Nick Gas. I'm in my other account, so my bad. Bro, this this is the beginning of either the end or we need to make a lot of changes. Today was very embarrassing, not only because we were on national TV,
I
So
was just about to say that.
I was listening to Van Gundy. Half of the shit he was saying, it was Shatty Patty. So Van Gundy, you wanna, kind of like take a little pieces. He said something like, Kevin Knox and Cam Reddish were in the same draft class. That's crazy. So
Yeah, that was wrong.
he's very misinformed when it comes to the Knicks. But at the same time, I love the way how uh, Tom Thibodeau came from his tutela. Tom Thibodeau used to be his assistant coach, and he's calling him out. He's calling him out during the whole show, during the whole game. It first started in the second quarter. He's basically saying, "Hey, Julius Randle's not working, and they keep putting him in position." Then in the third quarter, he says a line that he was like, "This is the definition of dissolution." I forgot what he was saying, but he was basically saying if something's not working and you keep doing it all over, and all over again, it's like, dude, like, what are we doing here? So, man, Tip's got to go. That's Dwayne Casey. That's what I'm gonna call him now, Dwayne Casey. I'm tired of people telling me, "Oh, he's the coach of the year." Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, I was just about to
That's
say. I
all
was
I
like,
have
how
to
you
say.
gonna say?
Nick
Both of the
Jazz.
coaches, yeah,
So, quick
actually.
question: if you heard what he was saying throughout the night, what did he actually said about the bench?
He gave a compliment on each guy. So, for example, when Quentin Grimes came in, he's like, "That's the guy I like." Right away, he's
Mm-hmm.
already comparing Quentin Grimes um to Curry a little bit, not Curry-ish, but a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, he started talking about how you shouldn't have a team just to have good pieces. And that was a great comment because it's like we have great pieces in our team, but at the same time, it's like why not using Obi Toppin if he was the eighth? He was drafted eighth last year. You know.
Did
Uh,
did you miss?
uh,
Quick question:
but
did you miss the part where when he said that why he's still not playing his bench players?
yeah,
And
that's what I mean. Like,
he said it just
yeah,
like that, like in national TV. Not only him,
no,
but even if you went to MSG once the game was done, he even said it himself. Like between and bro, I've been saying this. I'm sounding like a broken record. Between Burks,
no,
Obi, and Quickly, something is
bro,
not
we've
clicking.
been on it. We've been on it. The thing is, I'm a little worried because now you know how people are. Like if I say something, oh Nick gas walling, niggas bugging out, niggas is a hater, I get kicked out of places because I'm very outspoken. But the same shit now is being portrayed on national TV is the same shit we've been saying before the season started. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Coach Tibbs was the guy that showed us the way. Man, there's a way for us to get to the playoff. There's a way for us to like grind in this type of NBA. Because again, Kobe's done, LeBron's done. This is a new era of the NBA. Even Curry. You can even say Curry's washed because Curry is in that in between that like the new John Morans, the new guys in town, they're not waiting for everybody to retire. They trying to get it. Just like they saw Giannis just take it from them. That's what's gonna happen. So I think that Tom Thibodeau was the guy that showed us the way. Tom Thibodeau, oh man, he already showed you, man. Like he's literally trying. Like a lot of Knicks fans are currently saying, wait until D Rose come back, bro. That's what Chicago said. That's what the Timberwolves said. Like, are we gonna continue this Tosh Gibson D Rose like superhero game? Because this is annoying. Like D Rose, I love you, bro, but come on, I don't want to depend on you, bro. I don't want to depend on your fucked up knees. So I feel like we need to DeMar DeRozan the shit out of Randall. Randall needs to go. Like fuck that. If we got a replacement called Obi Topping, let him rise, man. Let him rise. We come on, man. Like this is Showtime, and this is not good Showtime. Like it was an atrocious game from the beginning to the top. Can't blame R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett is the only one out of the lineup that I could say, damn. Like even Kemba Walker, man. Kemba gotta go. Put Kemba in a package. Kemba gotta go. I love you, Kemba. I'm from the Bronx, but bro, you don't fit here, bro. You might want to be some Allen Houston type of thing, some type of relationship thing with the team, but you not you. Bro, Kemba Walker gotta go.
Yo,
Mitchell
Gas, that was
Robinson,
funny. That was
nah,
funny when
bro.
you said
getting me
Kimber,
tight,
I'm from the
bro.
Bronx.
Nah, bro, shit get me tight. Bro. This shit get me tight, bro. And the other thing is like, yo, national TV, bro. At least that was the only thing I was holding. The Knicks been playing good on TNT. You know, yo, we go down by 9, and he puts Randall back. Yo, come on, my nigga. Like this is it's asinine, bro. What he's doing to the
He
team.
didn't.
Like I
He
don't know.
didn't. He didn't only put Randall. He put all the starters.
He put
He took.
yeah.
He took out all the bench and replaced them back with the starters. Then the starters didn't pass 20. It got to the point that he needed to wait until almost 30 or at 30
Yeah,
to
yeah,
put it,
and then
to put back the
and
bench.
And
facts,
Nick
and
Gas.
then yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, and I also think like we also gotta give credit to Mitch too, cause he's been while he's healthy, he's been pretty much doing his thing, man. Like he's been doing what
No,
his job
I
is.
get look, I give props to Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson is getting paid like a goddamn like I'm pretty sure Allen Houston gets paid more than Mitchell Robinson right now in the New York Knicks. Like and you got to put on the top that Mitchell Robinson got a whole family in Louisiana, so you know goddamn he's the main top of the whole family. I'm not even gonna
Mhm.
like he's paying for everybody, auntie, crib, everybody.
We
So
about to
and he
lose
got to
all our
pay New York.
Louisiana viewers.
And he got New York taxes, so he's technically not getting half of the shit he's getting paid for. Injure, all of this stuff. Meanwhile, Nerlens Noel chilling like a villain. Like what's with Nerlens, bro? What's with Nerlens? Like
Chill.
Nerlens
Josh
is good on
Gibson
D.
is playing. Josh Gibson's is playing the $7 million that we playing Nerlens Noel. So like Leon Rose right now, like we currently are 23 and 26.
Yo,
We
the
cannot
team is
continue.
bad.
No, we fucking atrocious. We are atrocious. Like we don't. You know why? Because we start from the back. Like pause. Like yo, why would you put Cam Reddish when we're down 25?
Yeah. Yep.
And then you have the whole eyes of the whole nation. So now when the kid goes and make a regular diggly mistake, now it's like, oh, that's why he was not in it. Now you try to make a point on I didn't put Cam Reddish for Fournier because look at Cam Reddish. No,
Well, you know
man,
what?
you
You that's not a. I would have to. I gotta stop and say with the Cam Reddish thing. I agree, but I disagree because that's when you put him in, and he's not getting no minutes. He's out the rotation. So when you say,
Yeah.
I'm glad they put him in with the final 8 minutes because I wanted to see what he brings to the table. Me
no,
personally,
I'm
Yeah,
glad
but he can't
too,
show what
but
he brings to the table in garbage time down 30, bro.
Exactly. And
so I
and and
wanted him
it's
to
yo, bro,
show
and
out.
it's with and it's with times, bro, that they given him
He's not in the
when nothing is
rotation though.
expected. But listen to
He's not.
this, E.
He's not getting any
He
minutes.
no, he's getting minutes, but he's getting minutes just like audio is saying, and Nick's guys is saying he's getting minutes when it's not worth nothing because ex- getting minutes from a 26-point deficit, you really got to show up like a Kobe or Jordan, bro.
and
Yo, they
mind
want him
you,
to pull on a Tracy McGrady, bro. Like you crazy? Like
Yeah,
no,
that's sabotaging him.
no, the thing is, look, bro, when they had that rotation of Tosh Gibson, Quentin fucking Grimes, bro, Quentin
Hmm.
fucking Grimes. Uh, who was it? I think Mitchell came back, and I think they had Burks. That rotation was kind of doing something, and they gave us like that, that fake Knicks glimpse of like a fake comeback
Hmm.
because we went
Hmm.
we went from being down 30 to being down 18. So when
Hmm.
you down 18, Tips puts Cam Reddish. Now, why won't you put Cam Reddish when I think that if Cam Reddish went to school with R.J. Barrett and they know each other, why do you put Cam Reddish when RJ is not on the floor? Like let's start with that. Let's start with y'all used to fuck with each other. RJ was the one that was like, yo, bring Cam here. Let's put them together and let's start like
Yeah,
that.
I think Cam gonna start getting more minutes though. From what I was watching, he's in the rotation. I think he'll start getting like maybe 10 minutes and then he'll start going up little by
Yo,
little.
yo, bro, I'm so mad right now that like remember when we was like not we because I wouldn't do them some shit like that, but like remember when fans were happy that Randall got COVID?
Yo, that's
I,
I,
that's
Nah,
horrible,
bro.
bro.
I never really followed that fans hate
no,
Randall's
because
thing.
using
I
that as
never
excuse,
followed that.
because in reality they
Yo,
were
nice
using that.
guys. We
They were
already
using
told you can't say that, bro. How you gonna say that?
What happened?
no, no,
Stop, player. Stop.
because low key the league was using that as a way of like keep players from not playing. So for example, when Kemba Walker went from like randomly, bro, I don't think Kemba had COVID, bro. I think they're using protocol as a way of like we need to
Not
sit this
playing.
motherfucker down. So I think I want
Man,
to. Not, I'm talking about Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau needs a fucking vacation, bro.
So
Like
yeah,
I
look,
I
want to
can
see
leave.
I, to at least foul, two flagrant fouls in the beginning of the game when he gets all riled
Yo,
up.
yo,
Because
gas, yo, gas,
go
yo, gas, yo, gas. I know I'm letting y'all rock and shit. But you I'm we trying to continue to. You got to remember, we trying to continue what we doing, so you got to calm down a little bit, fam. The COVID and
ahead.
whatever the shit, you gotta just calm down a little bit. You could talk, let everybody else do their thing, but you gotta calm down, fam.
Nah, my bad. I apologize.
Here's this little checking, safety checking.
Yeah, once it comes, I understand where you coming from, next guys. It's like something has to happen at least so that you could sit on the sidelines, you know. But there's other ways and there's other means that could happen, you know. That necessarily doesn't has to be the only way. But man, I just dislike everything I'm seeing with this team, bro. I'm like I actually dislike, and even just like bro, not only what is it, the ESPN people that is speaking, not only Allen from MSG is saying that, bro. They even mentioned it. And they said it like two or three times. Why the bench is still not playing? And even ESPN said it that once the bench is playing, they are normally the one that be getting the starters out of deficit. They said
You're
it
right.
purely just like that. So whenever people are saying like, well, the starters, the only reason the bench looks good is because the bench is playing against the bench. That's a lie, bro. Because tonight, if you guys did not seen it, the bench was playing against the starters minus Butler and PJ Tucker. And there's no reason to have PJ Tucker or Butler just because one reason, bro. The Knicks is down 30. Ain't no reason to put our best two players. It doesn't make no freaking sense.
Y'all guys got a little I don't know. I don't know how. Who you said who was our best players again? Run that back.
The people that was actually playing for Miami,
Oh, you said
PJ
PJ Tucker.
Tucker and Butler.
Did you just say PJ Tucker were one of their best players?
The way he was playing tonight, yeah.
Oh, it seemed like everybody looked like they're the best players against the Knicks this season. But Butler, yeah, Butler's a good player, man.
So
My bad.
you
I just
had
want to
you
ask you.
you had Abayo, Robinson, and Gabe Vincent playing against our bench, and our bench they brought them down all the way down to 14.
I think
So
that we
people,
shouldn't have been down. I'm
yeah,
not
but
really taking all of that stuff. The bench move it down 14. They had a little, for the most part, a lot of times these teams is playing prevent defense anyway. You know, they just trying to go through the steps to the clock expires. My thing is, why were they down so high? I was watching that real close and they looked terrible.
but
It
but
was
I had a
hard.
question for you, E.
What's up?
You always say that our bench is playing against their bench. Is that Abayo a bench player? Is Robinson a bench player?
Well,
Is
I
Gabe
don't.
Vincent a bench player? Because
Well, you know,
clearly they was playing pretty much the whole
I'm
quarter
talking
when the
starter
bench
for
was playing.
starter against bench from bench. I mean, if you want to break it down, you could say it's more bench players than one starter in the lineup. I don't know what that tells you or anything like that, but the fact
What do you
is
mean
they
they're
are a bench
starters?
for a reason.
They were starters, bro. They was playing against the same starters, just like I said, minus PJ Tucker and minus Butler. That was the only two players that wasn't playing with them. Wait,
But
wait,
that's
wait, wait. with the bench.
Because the ball
Yo,
movement, the ball is moving, the ball is moving. You know what I'm saying? They're actually scoring. They're getting good shots at the right spot.
He
The starters are not. They're taking
he
turns. Julius
there's
Randle is a
no
ball stopper. And I
he
like
there's
Julius Randle
no
because he got talent.
yeah, but my point is there's no reason to have either PJ or Butler playing against our bench when we down 30. And people are saying that well our bench is only looking nice because the bench is playing with regular benches. That's purely BS. That's purely BS. The bench is normally always in the plus side, in the plus and minus. And normally, if it might be only me, bro, but I'm literally seeing the starters back to back to back on minus, minus, minus.
But
So
they should be
how can you
playing better.
explain that?
I can't. Only best way I can explain that is that the starters are playing. I mean, the bench plays much better than the starters. I don't know why, because you know you if you've been coaching in the NBA for damn near over 30, 40 years, you can say, all right, this lineup is better than this line. They're not going to suddenly and just say, all right, we're going to take the bench and we're going to make them the starters. That's not going to work because then it's not just not going to. It doesn't make. They know who's the better players. The better players is the starters out there. Only thing that they don't have that the bench guy is a point guard or somebody that plays the position well because they don't. You know, you said it just. Audio said it. Dude, Kimber's minus 47 compared to when they inserted Alec Burke, so there's only a minus 7. The problem is the point guard position. The team needs some guidance. The team doesn't have, you know what I'm saying? They all in the car. They all in the car. They don't got nobody driving the car though. You
Well,
know
yeah,
what
is
I'm
it,
he
saying?
yeah.
a point guard?
It feels like a sick joke, bro. Like
Yeah.
we've been in need of a star, like a real star point guard since what? Since I don't even know, bro. Since Starberry,
Yeah,
bro.
but I think the point
But
guard thing is. Can I just say one thing about because like I always think
Let
about
him
like
finish, Miss Guys. Let him
my
finish.
bad. No,
Like he said, shut for a
I'm trying to say
while.
nah, my bad.
not
Go
my
ahead,
fault.
A.
I'm gonna finish my point real quick, and then you could go, bro. I was just gonna say that I feel like we've been in need of a point guard since Stephon Marbury, bro. And and even then that wasn't anything out of this world. Like why is it that we're always a pick away? We were a pick away from Stephen Curry. We were a pick away from John Morant. You know, we were like these players that changed the team. You feel me? Like they change the dynamic of what the team is, and it makes it into winning cultures, bro. Like we don't ever get that. We haven't gotten that since Patrick Ewing, bro. Like
It's I
that's
dare I say,
crazy.
man, Julius Randle is the leader of the team. And if he doesn't play good, the team is not going to perform well.
What?
Nowadays, we can
What?
specifically pinpoint a certain unit. Okay, listen, Julius. The starters, no, the bench players when you're not on the floor play better. Or you can even say this: when you're not on the floor, the team plays better. When you're on the floor, the team plays slower, or however we know how to describe it so many times. That's the way we should look at it. How does the team perform? And it's crazy because they need Julius Randle, but how does the team perform when Julius Randle is on the floor, and how does they perform when Julius Randle is off the floor? That's a good way to look at it. But
Now
it's
to
a
pick
problem. They need a point
to
guard.
to piggyback on what you was talking about the point guard, I do agree we do need a point guard. But the other thing you always got to acknowledge is that last year we were not as bad. Quickly was making adjustments to that position. The problem is the league literally the next year put a rule that affected quickly right away. The James Harden rule, that now you cannot bake
No,
free throws,
no,
right?
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
disagree
yeah.
with you.
Okay,
Let him
go
finish this point.
I just go back to the NBA the rule when they were showing us the rule, they put quickly at the end twice. They put quickly in the video. So if you letting the refs know, hey man, we're gonna change the rule, and you put a guy on the on the picture of the guys that usually do that,
Right.
it's gonna make it harder for you. So that's the thing that we never acknowledge. They took away from Quickly. Quickly is still a good player, but sometimes we see his liabilities because he got to adjust again. He adjusts as a rookie, and now he has to adjust as a sophomore. And a lot of times we don't look at that. I don't know, maybe.
I remember it was a point Quickly was looking real good. He might be in a little bit of a slump at this point, but it's I think they got him trying to play point guard. I think that's not his position, and he got too much on his plate.
Who had the most assists in today's game than anybody else in the team?
I don't know. I mean, it's sad to say it might just be Julius Randle, and he's a power forward. How's it you have a power forward leading the team in assists? You see what I'm saying?
It wasn't Julius Randle.
Who is it? Burke?
It was quickly.
Quickly? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Quickly, why is because the ball moves more in the second
And
lineup, and that's
and
totally
Yeah,
retarded. How are your
I'm gonna.
second? How are your bench player? Let me listen to this. How the hell is your
Mhm.
bench player leading the team in assists? That's it.
I wanna move the conversation along to whatchamacallit,
Hello.
we just want to talk about future moves because I think it's obvious that at this point the way this team is constructed is not working, and I think I think that just making that Cam Reddish move is not enough.
Hey
Yo!
Nick,
Somebody
that
put their
also
phone on mute. Yo, put your phone on
yeah.
mute, bro.
I muted Nick Nick Gas
All
right
right.
quick. I was gonna say that I think we got to push this team along as far as like trades and just making moves that benefit the team and get us to a position where we're we're at least competitive, man. Because right now, I don't think the way that this team is constructed is a winning culture. I think it's getting to the young guys at this point, players who were, you know, last year very confident. All of a sudden, they're lacking confidence, and to me, that's a sign of a culture that's dying. And that to me, that's a problem. It's unattractive to other players. Like, not that I'm waiting for anybody, but at the same time, you got to keep the facility, the culture, what we're building attractive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
know
how do you
exactly
guys
what you're
feel?
saying. We had a buzz. Now we don't got a buzz no more. So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Nice. What do you think? Just
Mm,
thanks. Sid.
well, there's all right. So which way we going? Are we going on the route that we got to be rebuilding and everybody has to go, or if we have to play the pieces that we have, who's the most likely that really has to go?
Well, you tell me. What do you feel is like a better solution?
Oh, I got you. Best, like we have one of the best coaches, so I don't believe the coach is the problem. Even though that there is certain plays that he be making, bro, that is very apparently that is suspect, you know.
Hmm.
But I just feel that it's because he has like a defensive mindset, coach mentality. We got to
Hmm.
bring an assistant coach like Woodson that has an offensive
Oh,
mentality,
that's a
you know.
great point. That's a great point. I was thinking about that the other day. Somebody brought it up, and it stuck with me. I was like, yo, we've sucked offensively ever since we lost Woodson, bro.
Hmm.
Because remember, we lost Woodson right before the playoffs too. Like
Hmm.
probably like a month or two before.
That
It was
literally
in the middle of
destroyed
the
us.
season. And
Hmm.
like, yeah, we were still winning, but like offensively, we were. I think we were already on a roll, so people were just feeding off that. But we
Hmm.
haven't been able to adjust to the things that's going on the team. Which, by the way, I thought that Johnny Bryant was an offensive coach because I heard he was one of the people involved in unlocking Donovan Mitchell. So I
Yep.
like I don't, but then again, then I think about it. I'm like, well, even if Johnny Bryan is like the assistant coach to Tiz, Tiz being like Tiz personality, probably he probably ain't listen to a word that man says.
Well,
Like,
he listened to Woodson. So the problem is not that he's not going to listen to him. I feel like he will listen, but the thing is that is it Johnny Bryan a type of coach that isn't that caliber of an
I think
assistant?
Johnny Bryan is more of a development coach. Like he develops you personally, like a one-on-one thing. I don't think he's actually like a offensive minded guru type coach.
So
We don't
just on both of your take. Might as well just get Johnny Bryan not to be the offensive coach. Just have him to work with certain players to make them better.
But
Because
that was one of
just
the
know,
arguments.
yeah, but just knowing that he actually developed Donovan Mitchell,
Yeah,
that's more than enough reason just to have him in our team.
yeah, exactly. That's yeah. So I understand that higher. Now, as far as he developed Donovan Mitchell, and he was like a Donovan Mitchell was like 16, 15 pick or something like that.
hmm So another point will be try to compare what was working for Julius Randle and RJ last season, and try to do it this season.
Well, yeah,
So
that's what I mean about. My bad,
so
bro.
nah, you good. So that will mean if we're gonna take that route, either we may keep Evan Fournier, but he's gonna be moved to the bench, and I just don't see it happening because he's getting paid 30 million, or we just see Evan Fournier and Kempa being wrapped around a trade deal.
Yeah, I personally, I just think we need to just shake up whatever the hell is going on. Obviously, this is a losing season. We've lost 5 out of the 6 previous, previous games, and to me, it's just like to be spending all this time and energy on a system that's obviously
hmm
not working. To me, it's just like that's just stupid. Like
hmm
it's obviously not functioning. You guys, it's like they're trying to, you know, teach teaching like teach and like I don't know, like a dog how to like I don't know, like how to skydive or something. Like bro, like it's just like they're not they're not they're not understanding it. They're not working well together. Like this isn't the same team as last year, and it pisses me off because if this was gonna be the result, we should have just ran it back with the players we had last year. Like this to me was crazy.
or from the last conversation that we had in the last segment, we should have brought a player just like the one that we mentioned in the last segment, the Dejounte Murray from Spurs. Because I wasn't even seeing it just like that, but just me running the numbers, oh man, he would have been great replacing because you're not replacing one player for the other. You're replacing a better player for another.
But you know what the fans are saying though, right? Because this is the opinions and it's not something that I agree with. But
hmm
but this is what they're saying. They're all like, well, he can't shoot. Well, he can't shoot. Well, he facilitates the ball. He has a crazy handle, and he can penetrate the thing that people always kill us with, which is the zone defense.
Who do they
So
say can't shoot? Who can't shoot?
the Dejounte Murray from the Spurs.
Nah, he could shoot. He could
Nah,
shoot.
he can't. Come on,
Yeah, he could
get.
shoot.
He maybe not be the
That
best shooter,
that
but he
that,
could
that
shoot. He's in the
Nah,
NBA. He can shoot.
but that's what the fans are saying. I literally saw. I was on other chats and I was just seeing a whole bunch of people. Oh, he can't shoot. He can't do this. He can't do
All
that.
right.
I was like, bro, he's
I
better
hear
than
that.
whatever the hell we have now.
Can
I don't agree, but yeah, his numbers show that he can't shoot. His numbers, when you look at him, he's like a 32% 3-point shooter, but he get the job done though. He still average 8 and 8. My bad.
And here's the most important thing about Dejounte Murray that nobody's really talking about is that the kid plays excellent defense. Let's
Yes.
and here's the thing. At the end of the day, to me, that's the most important shit, and it's become like clearly like it's become vividly apparent that like we're a defensive team, and it's like we have lost our identity. Like let's
Pretty
keep it.
much.
We're a defensive team. We need to use defense to score. That's how we get things done. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Tibbs need that bulldog, somebody that, somebody that can head the poor, whatever way he needs that point guard, somebody that's gonna guard the best players.
And
Or
and
give a be the anchor of the defense. He
so
and
needs an
and, and,
anchor.
so
and let's
so
not
I'm just
forget. I'm pretty sure we're last in pace in the whole NBA too, bro.
so
Yeah, that's the start
I'm
lineups for.
I'm just gonna say
Start
this real quick. So if can Julius Randle shoot?
Not
what do you
really.
mean? Can
He
he
can't.
shoot?
Yeah,
he's
because
capable. He's capable, but he's not a shooter.
He
all
takes
right,
bad shots too. He can
can
shoot.
RJ shoot?
He's
Yeah.
capable, but he's not yet a shooter.
All right, so even though people doesn't recognize him or see him as a shooter, he's better than them two shooting.
Oh,
Hmm.
Murray,
oh,
DeJounte Murray.
that's
I'm
a
looking at his
long
stats right now.
story.
No,
But you
that's
know what?
not
A lot
it,
of
bro. I'm looking at the numbers. Numbers is numbers.
I
Two
know
is
what you're
more than
saying,
one. Two is
and
more than zero.
I think he could be available too. I really do because he just signed the contract. He just tore his knee up, but they might not want to pay that because now they got to pay. They got to pay Michael Porter the max, and they got to pay him. They like, well, we got MVP. We need to build around this guy. We can't wait a year. We got to win this year, and he might be available, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to invest into him. You know, I don't.
And into
With
the
3 years
Dejounte
left on
Murray.
his deal, yeah, I don't. I'm not sure, but I might be wrong. I'm
I
not.
mean, I
I'm
mean,
not.
I mean,
I'm
look,
not knocking it.
look what else is on the table right now, right? Let's say we go ahead and we trade for Dame Lillard, right? We go ahead, we trade for Dame Lillard. We got Dame Lillard. He probably will leave as soon as he can because we don't have anything to put around him.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
nah,
would
I
even.
like a
So,
deal.
so
I like a
okay,
deal. I saw a
and
deal on paper for him.
and
I would
and
do
For
it.
and
who?
and
For
then
who?
here's the other one people are talking about the what's to do Fox, right? My whole thing with Fox is that like I know Fox is a nice player, but his defense to me is suspect, and to me it's just like that's not our identity. Like
No, we don't
great,
want that.
like it's great that he can that he's great at he's fast as hell. He could drive, but it doesn't make sense to me. So we're gonna get a fast ass point guard for a team that has the slowest pace. Come on, like that shit don't even make sense.
I
Like
Mm.
think
he's gonna
defense
be
is
all the
a.
way he's gonna be all the way down the court, and our team is gonna be there trying to catch up with all these old ass players that Tibbs likes to put out there. So to me, it's just like out of the options that are out there, like right now that we could get, that I feel like because we're not getting an SGA. I would love for us to be able to get somehow an SGA, some shit like that, but we're not getting that. The Johnson Murray makes to me the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, if he can't, if he don't give you that offensive game you want, he's gonna give you that defensive game that you want. So, you know,
Yo,
you
Nick
might have
Gas,
to
you
give up
see
a hurt. We might have
you're
to give up.
muted, bro. Just in case you're trying to say something, you could just unmute yourself if anything.
We might have to give up a lot of stuff to do it, but I
So
think it might be worth it at the end of the day because we're gonna have that point guard and somebody gotta, you know, it's a
so so listen to the rumor on DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray is having his best season, and no one talks about him at all. And yet, when I talk with executives, there are some teams that are likely. We are preparing to make an offer. He might become available. So, in other words, it seems that they're not looking forward to keeping DeJounte Murray in
and
Spurs.
get him while it's good. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So it's like if you trying to do the same thing that we did last year, and just like I said, we don't even need as much as I don't like a certain player, I don't wish them no ill will. And let's say if we're gonna run it back from last season, all right, so let's run it back, but have Julius Randle with players that he had last season. And Geronte Murray, bro, he is more. I mean, DeJounte Murray, he's more capable of doing the same thing that Bullock did last season.
no, he gonna play that position Alfred Payton played, but he gonna be like Alfred Payton
Two,
99.0.
3.0.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Something that's real higher.
yep.
And that's him. I mean, Alfred Payton can't. I mean, he can hit it. I seen some highlights where he's hit jump shots before. I'm sure you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've seen him. So he's can hit it, but he's still gonna get you your 19 points a game. Because we're not asking for somebody to score you 27 points a game. We don't need that. We got other players on our team that can get us points too.
Bro,
Still got to.
Geronte,
It's you know.
that cat
It's
has
just
already hit like 30-point games this season.
who
DeJounte
who.
Murray.
Oh, Dejounte Murray. Now he's had some great games, bro. Like I've seen the stats. He had some games where he had like 14 rebounds, 15 assists. 27 points. Like he's had some good games. I don't know the exact numbers, but he's putting up numbers like that.
Mhm.
And if he's easy to get, you get him.
And his assist is crazy.
You don't waste no time.
His assist is above 8.
Yeah, like it's
Yep.
ridiculous. And you got a chance to get a player like that.
So I had
Say
to get
what?
some fucking weed because the fucking. I had to get some weed because the Knicks got me depressed, bro. I usually smoke. While watching the game, bro. This shit is fucking depressing, bro. A Knicks loss really fucks me up, and that is something we could afford right now because like, I think we're the 11th seed. And a lot of the teams, they're like the whole Eastern Conference is not it's not that crazy. Like we still in this, but if we continue to win back to back, lose back to back, we're gonna get away from that because by let's see, who was it? Van Dyke was saying in by game 60, we will know if the Knicks are going to be a playoff team or are they going to be like a draft team because the reality is starting to sink in. If they don't come back, last year we had a 10-game winning streak. This year we don't have the same games. It was easier games. Now we're
That's true.
facing the Bucks. Now we're facing like they come into the East. Maybe Sacramento could be a good W, but you never know.
They
And
might
then
make a
like,
trade at the deadline.
we have a bunch of games with Minnesota. Minnesota's starting to look, and Minnesota is basically taking our position from last year, like crazy, man.
And we got to deal with Cleveland.
And Cleveland is
Cleveland
doing better.
is good. People keep going down, and they still is kind of like the way we were last year, next man up type of thing.
Nah, we just
But
need a point guard, man. I'm gonna stick to
Our
my
team is
guns.
our team is the next bum up right now.
I'm not gonna bash our team. I refuse to do it because we got chip, we got pieces. We just don't know how to put them together.
Derek Sullivan, salute.
you
Be
bash them, bro.
civilized,
You
salute.
gotta, bro. You gotta bash them. You can't go to Miami. You can't go to Miami and not expect Miami to whoop us, bro.
I could bash their effort, the effort and the way they playing, but they got capable pieces. They just not using it. Like think about it. They have a
No,
car,
bro.
but they have nobody to drive the car. You're not going nowhere.
Bro, I was gonna put a bet on the Knicks, right? And they put the game, and we were down 2-12 in Miami, bro. And then I went back, and we were down 22-8. So, bro, we have to like they deserve the pressure right now. Like I don't want them
Yeah.
to go on like the what is it called, the All-Star weekend vacation and just chill around. Nah, bro. Like it's either you gonna just bro. Like I don't like how things are going. Like I know the blame is going on Randall, but the blame got to go everywhere. Starts with Tips.
Right.
Then it goes to Fournier basically robbing us. How much we paying Fournier? $60 million, 17,
Think we're
and
pushing
he's very
40.
inconsistent.
Fournier is not the problem.
I
Huh?
mean, listen, we haven't been
Fournier
able
is
to get
not
to
the
see the
problem.
best Fournier.
I
I
think
mean,
we're pushing.
we never seen him. That's the part. We don't see him because the offense, no ball movement. He's taking bad shots, bad rhythm shots. He's not gonna hit them. He run into the corner and fading away. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He'll have like a 27 point for you game or he had a 41 point game, but he can't. He's not doing that every
I,
game.
I just wish that the
So
politics just freaking stops in the NBA because I see Fournier playing way better, bro, with the bench than having him as a starter. He has great offense, and he's getting better with his defense. The only thing is that you got to play him with people that play that fast paced type of style game.
It was nice. I actually agree with you on that one.
hmm
Put him on the bench.
But it's not gonna happen. He get paid 30 million. Like that's the only downside, bro. Like if he was getting paid way less than that, yeah, I see it happening, but I just don't see it happening, bro. That's why I stick to my gun, and I still feel like if it's gonna come to that, he might end up getting traded because politics is gonna be involved, bro. They just don't see it making sense having him playing with the bench, even though it makes sense. They just can't see it because he's getting paid what he's getting paid.
Listen, they can't get him a shot. That's the problem. He's supposed to be that guy where you could just leave him on the corner. They can't get the ball to him to
Bro,
shoot the ball. He can't shoot the ball. Like think about it. They spend all of that money this week, this year on a player they can't even use correctly. It's
bro,
doomed.
bro, the Miami Heat, they have the blueprint to play the Knicks to other teams, bro. Cause you saw what they was doing to Evan Fournier since the beginning, bro. They locked him down, bro. They didn't
Yo,
even want him to touch the ball,
yep,
bro.
facts. Like and Randall was I think PJ Tucker was in one side, and then you had what's his name?
Butler
This guy
or the other dude
Butler.
coming out
Butler.
of nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Butler's physical and disrespectful. So, but again,
Mhm.
that's just shows you that Randall, like when I think about Randall, I think about Zebo, I think about big guys, but Randall has the body, but he doesn't have the mentality. Like he's a nice guy. Like he's a nice guy in a sense, you know. And
No,
it's
he doesn't
fun.
have the IQ.
He doesn't. But okay, question to the panel is: out of the five starters, if we could sit two and keep three up there, who would they be? We sit
Walker
two
and
and keep
Fournier.
three.
Walker and Fournier.
Walker and Fournier. So we keep Randall.
It all depends because if you like what you see with Randall, we keep Randall and we just round him up with defensive players. That
I just
makes
feel
him
like
Okay.
look
Randall.
better.
I just
Or
I'm sorry, nice.
yeah,
Go ahead.
or we trade Randall, we keep Fournier, and we do the same thing that we do with the bench. Like let's just get people that could play that fast paced type of game.
Now,
But
now, do you think? Let's say last year before we resigned Randall, there
mm,
was a team that was calling for Randall. Hey man, we want Randall, but we
mm,
said nah, we're not sending Randall. Do we call that team back? Does it go like that? Do we call that team back and tell them, hey, you guys wanted him?
Nah, we
Take
don't
him back.
call him back.
Nah.
Because then they'll get around that we trying to trade him and people gonna lowball us.
not
I'm
really
trying to get
because
full
this
value for his
this
ass.
this player is just like Knox. Look at Knox. Knox wasn't playing with us. And all of a sudden, we trade him for Cam Reddish, and he's already playing.
We
I heard
didn't.
that he's already dunking.
He was a
They're
throw-in. We traded
five
that
and
pick
one.
to them. He was just a
Five
throw-in to
and
make the
one.
players go,
That
make that deal
yo,
match.
that Knox pick.
Hello,
That
welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
hold on, give me a second. I'm about to get some fucking. My bad, bro.
Keep your eyes on the road,
So
man.
let me get two McDoubles.
Uh-huh.
All right, like I said,
I'll
man.
bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
Oh,
Good
wow.
on exile, exile.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say real quick. I also think that like the problem with this team too is that like the way that Randall's being utilized, he's being utilized all wrong. Like
Yeah.
his big ass frame, his type of style of basketball, he really should be underneath the rim, like bully balling people. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's just I don't like him running up the court and getting the ball from the 3 point line. Like he really should be like closer to the basket and having a point guard that can get him the ball or something, or somebody facilitating to him. But the,
That's how I see it
and
too.
the thing is, I don't even necessarily mind when he plays ISO ball. I just hate when he initiates the ISO ball. If he has somebody like a mismatch or something, and somebody that he can bully down the court. Like I don't mind bringing him in and then just he him doing his thing and just like pushing backing down a play and then like even if he has to shoot a fadeaway because when it works it works.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is just like it pisses me off when he's initiating it.
Yeah.
Like he's forcing it
Yeah,
when it's not there. You know what
yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
forcing.
Like
I hate
like
that.
one thing like for all the bad things that RJ does, one thing I will say is that when you see when he knows how to get into the paint. You feel me? Where that's a skill that Randall lacks. So to me, it's just like I feel like players are just being used all wrong on the court. I don't know what's going on half the time. It
I
scares
agree,
me.
man.
It scares me. It scares me when a player is like when one of our players, specifically our starters, are like are go in like a let another team go on a run because it's like you don't know if they're ever gonna get them out of it. Like you
Yeah.
never know if they're gonna go on a run again. We have to rely on our bench to get us out of the hole. And don't get me wrong, that's what the bench is for. They're supposed to spark the energy. But it's like, bro, come on, like you how are the
For how long?
starters like yo this isn't right like it's obvious something is not right, and to me it's just like, can we need to stop with the Kemba experiment. I'm just go back to I'm done with I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love his energy. He needs to be the new Theo, bro, at this point, like.
It's not his fault. It's just too bad, bro. It's not working out.
Yeah,
Seriously, be a cheerleader. It might work out.
respectfully.
Respectfully, yeah. It's just yeah. I like everything you said was totally right, man. Julius Randle, he needs to find he needs a point guard because him dribbling the dribble trying to get a shot, you know, odds on it's not going to go in. But if you get somebody to set you up, RJ's good at attacking the basket. That's probably his main attribute. That's why I was always saying he need to learn how to finish because he can get to the rack with ease. But
To me,
that was
to
my
me,
that
it's
was
just
my
like
only argument with RJ.
to me, it's just like Nice said earlier. People just need to check their egos at the door.
Yeah.
Obviously, the team is not winning, and it's like, it doesn't matter who's the star. We're ass. Like, like to me, that's not the point of this.
Mhm.
The point of being a team is that you all work together, and obviously not everyone is on the same page, bro.
Mhm.
And I think it starts from the top. I think it starts from the coaching. Like, to me, it's just like, it pisses me off when Obi's actually doing good, and Tibbs pulls him out to put in Randall.
But I know I agree with what you're saying because like it kind of reminded me of remember when we drafted Kevin Knox and then Alonso Trier and who was it, Mitchell Robinson were drafted in the same draft class, right? I don't want to say anything wrong,
Yeah, you're right.
I
right?
don't
But
remember.
remember
I think
but remember year one, um, Knox was good during summer league, but he was pretty bad as a freshman, as a rookie. But
He showed flashes.
Alonso Trier was actually that dude, you know.
Yeah. He was
But then
shining.
you
Yeah,
kind
he
of
had a
saw.
whole fan base. Yep.
So I think that's what happens with us. It's like you have that, like the oldest player right now is Mitchell Robinson. Then you have the guy that was the main man last year who just got the contract. So you're right. There's a lot of egos.
Julio.
And then you have RJ who's basically he was the beginning of of like the new era in a sense, right?
He's
Right.
taken over the team. He hasn't taken over
Taking
yet.
over the team. But then guess what? Guess what? We just we just got who we thought Alonso Trier was. That's who Quentin Grimes was. Remember how we love Alonso Trier until we realize, man, this nigga is toxic. Like, he's
I don't
super
think that's a
toxic.
good comparison though.
I'm not saying it's a comparison. I'm talking about the fact that when we thought Alonso Trier had something, and like now with Quentin Grimes, I'm 100% sure this guy is that guy. You know,
Right. Yeah. He could be a starter. I see starter in his future.
thing is, I think it's like the next is who drives you, who put you in the building. If the guy that put you in the building leaves, example Frank Ntilikina, there's nobody in the back office fighting for you because everybody that brought you here is gone. So right now we're in a good position, but it's also the fact that like the Randall's the odd man out because
So
if we talking development, if we talking full development, Randall doing better than what we expected last year kind of messed up the whole sequence of us, you know? Even
Yo,
though,
but
yeah, he
then,
made
then
took us to the. Go ahead, my bad.
no, I was just gonna ask you, and I guess in a way, I'm giving, like, I guess, my opinion too, and then you could piggyback back off what I'm about to say. Is that,
Yeah.
like, to me, it's just like, I don't want the narrative to become that, like, that everything that's going on with this team is Randall's fault. I know it's easy to do that considering he's the highest paid player on the team, and the season he had last year and the season that he's having this year. is not the same. Like the performance that he's putting out there, to me, it's just like I want to make sure that we we
No,
we
I,
we
I
we, we address
respect that.
that the team is being asked collectively. Like everybody is the losses that we're having that has
Yeah.
everyone's attributing to these losses.
No, I
Like
can respect that.
even people on the bench, because if you I think it was, I don't know if it was last game or 2 games ago, like like I think it was the Cleveland game. Quickly took a shot that pissed me off because I was
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, he did. I
there was
remember that.
so much time on the clock
yeah,
that like, and he took that deep shot. I was like, come on, IQ, bro. Like, if you want to be a point guard, you should know better.
Like, yeah,
What's
you
up with
better
the
than that. Why
hero
you taking
ball,
that shot?
bro? And it's like, to me, that's all these moves. Everybody trying to play hero ball. That's some ego stuff, and to me, it's
yeah.
just like, to
45.
me, and I think it starts at the top, bro. I think it starts with Tibbs, and then even maybe even above that, because maybe upper management is telling Tibbs to do certain things, but there's moves that need to be made, bro.
They need somebody that's gonna hold them accountable on the floor. Think about this. Think about this. For example, for instance, look at Chris Paul. Look about when he got there in Phoenix. They made it to the finals the same year. Why? They wasn't even in the playoffs the year before, but he held them players accountable. He would even point and say, "Listen, why don't you do this? You do this. You go over here. You make this stop. You set this pick. You put your hands up on D." He was the general. Like he said, "Listen, I'm gonna bring these guys along, and they're gonna go as far as I take them." They don't have
Kind of
nobody
like
with that mentality.
you saw LeBron yesterday when he was talking to Austin Reeves. I think that was trending on Twitter. Like he's basically
LeBron does the
talking
same thing.
like Iron
LeBron does
Man.
the
Like yo,
same thing. He tells players, "Listen, you need to be over here at this time." Who's doing that for the Knicks? Who's the general? Who's pointing? Who's doing things?
I,
Who's saying you
I,
go over here? You stand here.
Tosh
You
Gibson.
put your hands up.
Tosh Gibson is the only one. But then when Tosh Gibson comes in the game, it's like it's not. You
That's
want
not
to
him.
start with, but you don't want to
Taj
start Tosh either.
Taj Gibson
I
been
don't.
playing. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you because I couldn't hear you. Sometimes it be getting like that.
No. You're okay. I was just gonna say that this is to me proof that not being the best player on the team doesn't necessarily make you the leader. But at the same time, I do think that um the reason Taj can't be the he's probably like the heart and soul of the team in a way. But I don't think Taj can necessarily be the leader because he's not out there like
Mm-hmm.
controlling the pace of the game. But at the same time, like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the best player. I just think that Randall theoretically should be the leader of the team, but he's not. And like I said, I think it starts because this all comes down to accountability. Players aren't being held accountable for
They're little
make
mistakes.
for the bad choices, and then they're not being rewarded for when they perform good. That's the problem. There's also you ever work a job, right? And you're at this job and you're doing as good as you can, and like you feel like you're doing a good job, but you're never you don't even know if you're doing good or not because you're never getting positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
It's always people always they just point out that you're that all the bad things that you're doing. It feels like
Yeah.
that's what's going on with this team. They just pointing out all the bad things, and nobody's getting positive reinforcement because it's like when to me it's like when a player is doing good and he's hot, and then you take him out, that shit
Oh,
to me is disrespectful. That that that
100%.
that that to me takes that hurts a player's confidence because then they
Yeah.
think that they did something wrong.
Mhm.
I just like I really really feel strongly about having a player that's gonna hold a team accountable, and he's basically gonna have the ball in his hands at all times. If Julius Randle doesn't make that cut at that time, he's not getting the ball. If he's out of position, they have a play, and he does the wrong thing, he's not getting the ball. So they need to have somebody that's saying, all right, you're going to do this right. If you do this right, I'm going to get you the ball because you're doing what we want you to do. So you're going to get a good shot. Julius Randle's not holding these players accountable. I don't think he's that type of player to do that. We need a traditional You can just say it any way you want. You can say traditional. You can say pass first. You can say floor general. We need one of those guys. Um,
The only thing that scares me with that, and I'll be honest, and I know it's stupid of me to even think this, but it's like a pass to me to have a pass first point guard is only beneficial if the player that's getting the ball is being passed to can actually score the ball.
well, if we got a
That's just
pass for, yeah, he's got. You got to be
like
able to score points too.
because that to me is just pointless. Like you know how much how bad like I just think about Nerlens Noel, right? Like when a player gets him the ball and he's never ready for it, so he just drops it and messes up their assist. Like that joint to me, that has to be so infuriating, and that's all I could think about.
Yo, Bismack Biombo, the dude that's playing. How much points he got? The game is still on.
Volume?
Now he been playing like over 10 years, right? I think he started playing with Chris Paul. I think he's having his bet. From what I understand from the numbers I heard, I think he's having his. He had his best night the other night. He's playing the NBA with Chris Paul. He had his best, I guess, statistical performance, and he's been playing over 10 years. So he's like a 10th, 11th, or whatever year pro, and he finally had his best game. Come on, man, that's not no accident. The Knicks need, you know what? Mike Conley. Mike Conley, they're kind of similar point guards, him and Chris Paul.
Salute Robert Parr.
Mike Conley got his Jazz team. They the number one team. I don't know if they are right now, but I know last year they were the best team in the NBA because they had a point guard like a Mike Conley, and he was holding these players accountable. This is what you're going to do. This, you're going to do this. His team was in the Western Conference. They were the best team in the Western Conference. That I look at little things like that, you know. And it's Mike Conley, same style of play. He took the team was they was remember we used to play with the Grizzlies? They weren't even nobody thought they would make it to the Western Conference Finals. But Mike Conley led that team to the Western Conference Finals like what, maybe three times in a row. So I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? Nobody saw them going anywhere. Nobody saw them being good this year. I mean, being good at them. Yeah, but Mike Conley, he held these players accountable. They were defensive minded, kind of like the Knicks, the grit and grind thing. But he ran the ship. He ran the show, and his team performed better. So when it was in the playoffs, they performed better in the playoffs. The regular season is the regular season. Damn, man, we need one of those type players. It's not that many in the NBA. I was big on getting Alonzo Ball because I thought he could be that type of player. But you know what? Look how the Bulls is doing. You know what I'm saying? Bulls is the best team in the NBA. And who they went out and got Alonzo Ball, the type of point guard that I want the Knicks to get. And I think he's out right now. I'll be curious to see how they perform now that he's out.
Yo, sometimes I feel like I put this on us. I put this on the Knicks because I was talking mad ish, talking about that like the Bulls didn't improve that much. They wasn't going far. Just I was just like, yeah, all these moves were pointless, whatever. And look at them. Yeah, this is what I get, bro. This is why I gotta keep my big mouth shut, bro.
And Bulls is looking, man. We had a chance to get him too. That's how I see it. We chose not to.
Remember, it's not only you, Audio. I feel the same way, bro. Don't be blaming yourself, brother.
Yo, who knew that this team would take this step back? On paper, we should be better, bro. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. Like I thought we overachieved last season.
Like, but if you think about the names that we have on this team, right? If you told somebody a couple years ago about the players that we have on this team, like with the names we have, people would be like, "Oh, nah, that team is getting ready to go on a championship run."
Yep.
Like, you told somebody, "Oh, we got Kemba Walker." I was like, oh, "Okay." We got Julius Randle. Obviously, let's pretend like in this imaginary scenario, Julius Randle already had his his MIP season. You know what I'm saying? And then RJ had improved or whatever. Like, it's just crazy, man.
It's crazy. I think who's the guy the Knicks can get? Because I mean, Dejounte Murray. That seems like a lot of people seem to be agreeing with me about that too. But if we can't get Dejounte Murray, what will we do? We might not be able to get him because his value probably is much more higher.
You gotta
Yeah,
quote
yeah.
that. You gotta
Are
get
there
that
any
Ben.
prospects that we?
Ben gotta stop walking around it and trade Randall for Ben Simmons and give
Nah,
them
we ain't gonna do that.
so Kemba's close to home.
We ain't gonna do that.
I just the something that doesn't sit with me right with me in the gas with that. It scares me. Like it's a high. It's like you know what it is. It's a high risk, high reward kind of move because let's say that it turns out great. Like yo, we got Ben Simmons, who's arguably one of the best players in the league, who can facilitate the ball, one of the best defenders in the league. You know what I'm saying? That's the reward. Now the high risk is like, yo, if you think Philly bad, yo, imagine New York when he don't try to shoot. Yo, I could see Tim's falling from the sky already, bro.
Yeah, but if I'm a foreign player and I'm playing in Philadelphia compared to New York, it's different. Like as an Australian, he's not gonna mess that up. Trust me. Like I don't think he's gonna like Antonio Brown. What's the name of that guy? Antonio Brown. Us. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think Ben Simmons is gonna like the whole league basically shit on him, and I think that he is gonna be his redemption story.
Yeah.
If he got him the Knicks, and again, we're not asking for him to be offensive minded, because in reality, that team has been selfish on focusing on the it player. When at the beginning it used to be Ben Simmons was the it player, and then we find out Embiid is good, and then so they don't prioritize their players. Even now, look, Daryl Morey is still holding Ben Simmons. Meanwhile, Embiid's playing like the best game he ever played. Right? Embiid should have been playing with somebody in the side instead of having Ben Simmons basically kidnapped and for
What's
the
good, Robert Paul?
Bro, if
for
we
the highest.
do if we end up doing like a 4 or 5 team deal, bro, and Ben Simmons and the dude that we spoke about in Spurs, bro, if we actually cash them, both of them, bro, I see us going far.
No, yeah, I think this is the key, bro.
Think about it this way, audio. One thing that we all be arguing is that, bro, with Randall, the ball stick too much. The ball sticks too long, bro. No, impulse on that. But the only thing is, bro, that there's no ball movement. It just stays with Randall. That thing he gets double teamed is a turnover, and turnover ain't no surprise for us no more. By this point, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
You can't trust a player
Having
that
Ben Simmons, he's gonna move the ball. His assist is going to be going crazy, especially having Mitch or Sims or even Taj, even though he cut back.
Layups to Mitchell Robinson. Right there, you open the whole game because he's a
but
tall
he
guy.
can't shoot.
You
He
mean
can't even hit
alley-oop?
a free throw.
Yeah, but that's one thing. But you going to tell me that he can't drive?
That's a
You going to tell
big
me
thing.
he can't? Wait. You going to tell me he can't drive? He can't. You going to tell me he can't do assists? You going to
I
tell
know
me,
he could
bro,
do that.
that
You're right.
ain't no ball movement?
Yeah, but
Those are
then
three
who
things
knows
right
if he
there that is already getting fixed.
he might get his feelings hurt and he might not want to play that night. I can't risk it.
Yeah, but if we have a problem, bro, that the ball sticks too much.
I mean, I don't like Philadelphia. Keep it 100.
If we know, bro, Ben Simmons, bro, that's a franchise name right there, bro. That's a player, bro,
Nah,
that has a franchise, bro.
I ain't putting too much stock in Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons had the nerve to sit out this season. Nah,
Bro,
I can't. I
you
don't
know
want that
what's
type of
happening
player
with
on my
Ben
team.
Simmons? You want to know what's happening with Ben Simmons? The same thing that happened to Melo right after Houston.
Ain't nothing happened to Ben Simmons. What are you talking about? He missed the shot in the playoffs when he couldn't take the heat from the fans. He couldn't take it.
You don't
That's what happened.
bro. You don't understand. The thing is that once a player has like left a bad taste in the NBA league mouth, that's it, bro. You are poster child, bro.
Name one player that happened to. Name one player.
They
I don't
had
say
to.
James Harden. Name one player that sat out a season because his feelings got hurt. Name one player.
Melo.
Hmm?
Melo.
Melo sat out a season. had to
It's
do
not
had to
about
make.
him setting down. The only thing is, bro, that there's certain things that's not being done, bro. You gonna
So
tell me if
Melo,
he just doesn't want to play for a team, bro? You gonna all right? So you're gonna tell me Melo's gonna be playing for the Knicks, bro? The way he was feeling already with the Knicks, he was okay playing for the Knicks.
Melo didn't lead the Knicks. He had a sign and trade. He
What
had one of them
about
clauses.
wait. What about Porzingis? He clearly said
Porzingis,
that.
that's true. You
Let me
got me on that Porzingis
let me,
one.
so
That's
let me
true.
say it this way. Let me say it this way. Just because Porzingis didn't actually do it, that doesn't mean that he wasn't about to do it because he left like he obviously told everybody clearly, if you guys do not trade me, I'm just gonna go to Europe.
But you know what? That was one of you right. You kind of right and you kind of wrong because that was one of my biggest beefs with Melo because he held a team hostage, which I believe. You know, I can get into, but I believe he held a team hostage because he had that trade clause and the Knicks couldn't make no moves. But you know, that's a whole nother story. I agree with you on the Porzingis thing because how he came in and he was like, "Yo, trade me this and that." I think that was kind of, you know, that was kind of bad for the Knicks and that was actually bad for him too. But I agree with you 100% on that Porzingis thing, man. I just don't agree with holding the team hostages. It's not fair.
It's gonna work out, bro. Because if there's something that we complain about, one of our main issues. Do you guys agree or you guys do not agree? One of our main issues with our starters is that there is no ball movement. Yes
No
or no?
ball. Yep, no ball, no movement.
All right.
There's a
So do
lot of
you
ball
think?
watching. That's what we got.
So do you think with Ben Simmons is gonna be ball movement or the ball is still gonna stick?
I don't know.
Let's not take out of bounds that the fact that we came in just hitting mostly threes. So we went from being a team that didn't have 3-point shooters to just like scoring 5 threes and two layup attempts, you know? So I think that with Ben Simmons in this team, we could be able to move the ball in a way that like he could gravitate enough space in the center that we will have guys in the angle, guys like Fournier, guys like Quentin Grimes, or even RJ Barrett. But Randall, no handle Randall is not the key because no handle Randall, they already figured him out.
Yep.
It's bad to say they already figured him out. Like you're right, but how could you be in the NBA and they can actually figure you out? Like, all right, we're just gonna keep doing this, and he's not gonna be able to do anything no more. Like, bro, you're the number one option. How you let a team figure you out?
You watch the previous game. If you watch the previous game with the Knicks, we faced the Timberwolves, right? Am I wrong? Am I bugging out? Or Cleveland, right? Who was it?
Yeah.
All right. So Cleveland announcer, every time RJ Barrett went to the running up to the line, he was basically saying, "Yo, he can't go right. He can't go right. He can't go right." It was so annoying that like it was just like, yo, even he was actually going right sometimes and put it in scoring, but it was just like he's not going right. He's going right. So if the announcer
was a scouting report on him,
if the scouting report saying that, don't you think they tell them, hey man, Julius, that second dribble, you don't know how to turn to the left.
Yeah, hell yeah. They figured him out in the playoffs.
You paying millions just for other people to think for you. So I believe they do tell him, hey man, that's his liability. That's right there. And that's why I was saying the point about Quickly. That Quickly was such a great player last year that the league had to put a law for him. And that's what's limiting him. And that's why
honestly,
you see
I think that was for James Harden and Chris Paul more than Quickly.
So the rule, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send them the link just so you know.
No, I believe you. They probably did, but that rule was strictly for because they be doing them swipes. Even KD, that you know what I'm saying. That's what that was about, and I get it. I wanted them to do that because I knew what those specific players were doing.
But let me just say, there's 475 players, right? If you put James Harden, I don't mind. He's been like 9 years or whatever in the league. If you put Curry, he's been there for a minute. If you put anybody, I understand. They've been doing it for a minute. The league wants to.
Last season, it's true.
Yeah, but
half of the people don't even know who he. Half the NBA fans don't even know who Quickly is.
They
No,
can
but
So
put
you're
th-
not.
but
But you don't understand what he's saying. That's the thing, bro.
put him.
You're not understanding. Like Curry has done it so long. James Harden has done it so long. There's many players that has done it so long, and you're gonna change it literally just once this dude comes in. And believe me, like they wasn't calling certain shots for quickly, but people started noticing, bro. There was more people saying like, well, wait up, if Harden's getting away with it, why quickly can't get away with it?
with the talking about the fouls,
Yeah.
Quickly, like I said, half the NBA don't even know who Quickly is. Quite
Bro, I
honestly,
think
so
you quoted
Quickly is
one.
not known. Quickly was in his first year, so as far as being a poster, he's not the poster boy of that new fouling, not calling. He's not the poster boy of that. I'm not giving him that credit because
Yo,
it's not a
but I'm
diss.
trying to say, if there's 475 players and there's a video that they showed to the ref and the league players and the league owners so they could identify, and if they put our player, our rookie, they didn't even put Trey as much. They put Trey once, they put.
Yes, Trey too. He should be the poster boy.
So that's what I'm saying. If they put you in the video, you're gonna be a bigger target than, like, let's say a guy that is not on the video. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say they specifically did it for Quickly, but when you put Quickly on the video that only has 6 players, mostly an like Harding is egregious with it.
Mhm.
Quickly was not egregious. Quickly, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But Quickly, you can't give him that. I mean, like I like Quickly. I'm not gonna give him that much credit and actually say,
Like
wait a
quickly,
minute, they put
bro,
a
you don't
rule in
like
there
quickly.
intentionally to
Yo,
stop Quickly.
Come
No,
on.
yeah, I'm gonna
don't do that to
interject.
that. He's still developing. Don't instantly say, oh no, he does that swipe stuff and we gotta
Look,
make him the
look,
poster boy of it. I'm like,
Wait, Audrey want to
no,
say something.
Yeah, I'm
we're
gonna
not giving him that
interject real
much.
quick to talk about something that's been pissing me off for the
Uh-huh.
longest.
All right.
Okay, so I just read a report,
yo,
right?
right here they put in Harden right on the plate. Right here they put in Trey, right? So they showing the flops. This is the rules that before the season started, then they started putting different players. They put, you see how multiple times Trey's on it. So they showing him
Uh-huh.
he's a habitual line stepper in a sense, right? Again, Trey.
Uh-huh.
So if they put Trey again, that's of course the refs is gonna be like, remember how Trey was in the video? That's what I'm trying to say. So like if you go fast forward on this video at the end, it has Quickly. And I was just saying, like, yo, the fact that it has a rookie and our rookie is kind of like messed up. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay.
Like look up the NBA rule changing everything. So like at the end, it shows you Quickly. I don't know, like my computer's acting up right now, but that's all I'm saying. The ref just gets to know, oh shit, he's on that video that they showed us. He's one of those. So I think it's
I
hard.
hear that. He's one of those. I get it.
Now I was just gonna interject to talk about something that's been pissing me off, and
Mhm.
I think it's been pissing every Knicks fan off, and it's Nerlens Noel. Another game he was out, right?
Mhm.
We're paying him all this money. Me and Shaw talk about this all the time that I don't like that. For one, people talk about Mitch is injury prone. Look at this tonight, right? Mitch still has a sprained ankle when he played tonight, and Nerlens Noel he's out because of a sore left knee. You better to me it's just like you're an NBA player, NBA player. Your knee is sore, you play anyways, right? So why is Mitch out there playing with a sore ankle? I mean, with a sprained ankle that he sprained literally a couple games ago. I'm pretty sure Mitch should not be playing on that. With how big he is, he should not be playing on that ankle. God forbid something happens, and then that kid
He's
never gets paid, bro. Like to me, that I have a problem with this, bro.
agent is telling him you better go up there and play. Because at the end of the day, this guy just got a contract.
That's what I'm
So
saying. He took. Yeah, that's why I mean. I was joking with Shaw Legacy the other day, and I was like, yo, like he was like, yo, where's Nerlens tonight? And I was like, yo, he's in his hot tub right now, counting his millions.
One thing, bro, that I really get pissed off is many players, and especially it has something to do with players in the Knicks. That once they get paid, bro, something happens. Either they don't show up, either they get hurt, or something happens, bro.
They stop going to the gym at night after they get that money. Enough training. I made it already. I'm rich for the rest of my life. I don't even care about basketball no more.
To me, it's just
Me
not fair to it's not fair to Mitch,
either.
who's putting in
Jack,
that work every day and is look at how he's performing. It's like I feel like people forgot who Mitch was last year because they didn't really see him, and it's like now it's like this year he's basically said, nah, y'all gonna remember. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
He,
let's say,
he like,
but
I
what
gotta
would
get that
happen?
money.
But what would happen that when Mitch gets paid? Is he going to give us the let's say at least half of what he's giving us right now? Because remember, every player plays, bro, once the contract is in the line.
well, it
And guess
depends
what? Next season,
to break the curse because, like, remember, no Knicks draft pick is because of contract. Fucking Knox just got thrown out, so like we don't even know if the Knicks will probably even trade him. Like we're so ludicrous that they're willing to like expect the unexpected with these people. So like the unexpected could be they trade they trade everybody and like they trade nobody but Mitchell Robinson because he could run on the next contract. He could be a free agent. So I believe they're gonna trade him.
Trading Mitch.
It's a,
Yeah, I mean, Mitch got value though. And
I
they
don't
don't
want.
want to pay Mitch probably.
yeah, but we
They,
got
I don't think
okay.
so.
I think it's a possibility that he could trade it. I think it's a
I,
strong
I, I
possibility.
feel I feel like he's gonna get traded, bro.
It's
I
a
feel
strong
like
possibility.
a slow grind of like, why is Tibbs letting him play so much minutes? Is it for performance or is it for
Well,
winning?
Tibbs does that. Tibbs does that with all his starters, all his
I
players.
know, bro. All right. I'm
He
just
played
saying,
them
like,
extra minutes, extended minutes. He does that though. We was talking about that last season. He was saying, Tibbs, he burning these players out, this and that. That was a big thing. They said he was doing that in Chicago, burning players out. That's what Tibbs do.
Hmm. So I saw this rumor on while I was browsing through the internet. You guys know that I usually like to see what the streets are saying, what people are proposing. And I saw one that was kind of interesting, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. So here's the trade. The Knicks get Karis LeVert, and the Pacers get Evan Fournier, the 2022 first round pick, top 10 protected. How would you guys
Nah, I
feel
wouldn't
about
do
that?
it. I wouldn't do it.
Who is it again?
Karis LeVert for Evan Fournier and the 2022 first round pick for top 10 protected.
That trade is not gonna. It's not gonna make a difference. It's the only thing different is we're giving up a first round pick.
yo,
So I
if I
just,
hear trade, all I'm gonna feel is like Leon Rose is just inside trading with the Knicks and just
you know,
just using the Knicks as a way to just rotate players. Because like we did it with when we traded Morris and we got quickly. I love it. But I gotta stop this sequence of like waiting for a new draft pick, waiting for a new, why we're not using the guys that we have. Why
because
Obi he doesn't get to play. He's plus 20. Julius
let me
is
tell you
minus
why.
6. And you take him out, you bring him in after they brought it down to nine, you take him
Yo,
out.
for Karis LeVert, I wouldn't even touch that.
The whole arena, the arena was confused because like I lived in Miami a few years last year. So in Miami, when you go to the arena, their fans only react when our fans start taking over. So I went to a Knicks game, bro. It was lit. It was just Knicks fans OD. And we were getting our ass spanked, and niggas was still loud, mad loud. So like, let's say it will be too many chances of let's go Knicks, and I heard it on this game. Then the Heat fans will come back, let's go Heat, let's go Heat. But in reality, there was a lot of Knicks. That arena be empty because that arena is usually like the tickets come with a combo. So if you're going to live the nightclub, the tickets come with a free tickets to American Airlines Arena. I think they have a different name now. So like some people that are there, they just they just money. They don't care about the team. They just want to see LeBron. They want to see the Knicks, whatever. So um, yeah, man, that game was for an explosive player like Obi, and we don't have a coach for those type of players. We have a great coach, but we don't have a coach for those players.
Can I ask you? Let me ask you a different question, yo. All right, we got Obi, right? You said Obi's supposed to play. I agree, but
For the arena that we
uh,
were playing.
other than now, quickly he plays in that second unit lineup with quickly, but he like to catch alley oops. Who's gonna throw alley oops to Obi Toppins on the Knicks roster?
Mm.
Something as simple as throwing an alley oop. Who's gonna do that? Who's gonna? 'Cause that's how he. Those are easy baskets. You know,
My whole thing, my whole thing with Obi, and it's like, you guys know I love Obi, bro. Like, I just love the energy he brings. But to me, it's just like you have all that athleticism for dunking. Use all that athleticism to go get a block. You know what I'm saying? Go use that athleticism for something else other than putting the ball in between your legs and dunking it, bro. Like, you got all that size. Like, use it to your advantage, bro.
he can't create his own shot. Somebody has to create a shot for him.
Though I will have to say, I think he's been working on his 3-point game. I think he's just been going to the gym and shooting, because
Oh, it
he's been
looks like
shooting.
it.
He's in the past few games, he's been shooting it pretty well. So I gotta give him props, because, like I've always said, he has a nice jump shot. I think there's just something in the mechanics of the release were off, because it was like the aim was a little bit like to the left, to the right, or whatever. But it looks like it's looking good again, bro. So I think maybe quickly and him are sitting there in the gym and like and just putting shots up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think so. Yeah, he's looking. Both of them are looking much better than They took a couple steps up from last season. Yeah, definitely. They both look better. So I know they working, which is good. But
Right,
who's
right,
gonna set him up? Because he needs somebody. He can do the thing off the dribble. He's a little bit. He needs some more polishing. When he takes off the dribble and with the pump fake and this and that. But who's going when he needs to get a shot? He's got so much athleticism. Got to throw alley oops to him. They have nobody to do that.
right.
Nobody that can get him involved so he can play off the ball. That's a problem, and it's showing in the starting lineup. We don't have that player to actually get our team easy baskets. We struggling. We shooting jumpers. We doing step backs for nothing. We need somebody that's gonna get the other players involved in the game.
Right, right, right.
We don't have that, and it's suffering. It shows in our game.
I
I
think
like the
so.
Cam Reddish move.
I think so. I think so. But I don't know if you guys have anything else to talk about, but I think we should be close to wrapping it up for the night.
If you have a coach,
I'm right.
if you right, but both of the veterans that you respect, like D Rose and Tosh, play for that coach in 3 teams. Don't do you feel like that veteran is like your OG, or do you feel like he's like a narc?
What? Instead of
Meaning
narc.
that's
Wait,
part
what?
of like if
Ah,
if Rose and Tosh Gibson have played with
Good
Tom
tip.
Thibodeau for 20
Right,
years, you have a favoritism to them. They have a
right,
favoritism, and like although he could be your OG, he could also be a traitor because when you're thinking bad about the coach, like he's only thinking about the best interest of chips.
mhm.
So like I think that's the problem too. Like his tips is stubborn, but he has a whole tutela around him, and that shit is annoying. Like he needs to go.
right.
I think this team needs a point guard. I'm gonna say it until they get one because if they get one, I want to see how they perform. My other thing is they need to do it now because they like 50 games deep into the season and they down by like they in 11th spot. So in another
Yeah, but
10 games.
They just lost to
They
the
might not be able to make the playoffs no more. We might know in another 10 games. So
Yeah,
they need to move.
this team needs a point guard. This team needs a point guard, a Jesus, a La, Jewish Jesus. Like they need every you know higher power available, bro. Because we've been dealing with the same shit. We haven't gotten a championship since '73, bro. So like,
It's a
I
long time ago.
yeah,
bro.
bro.
So 80 Knicks fans are dying. Just say it like that, bro. They dying, bro. So like they literally need a championship in the next 3 years because
Who's dying?
diabetes,
No,
etc.
no, he's saying that the Knicks fans from that generation, bro, like you got to think about it, like
Man, the Knicks fan
it,
ain't never gonna die, bro.
no,
And
no,
I
no,
just
no,
Man,
no,
want
no, no, no,
I
no,
want
no,
to
no,
see
no.
Walt
listen,
win
That's
it.
not
listen
what
to
he's
this.
saying.
Clyde.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying
Oh,
that the Knicks fans from that era, that from that got to see that championship from
they actually
'73,
win.
they're
They
dying, bro. Like
oh.
they might, bro. Like
fucking
they were children. Like think about it. Like Spike Lee talks about it. How old is Spike Lee? He's like 60 something now, right? Like 70 something. I don't know how old Spike Lee is. But he old.
he deserves one too. Even though I hate him, he deserves one. I think he's a gents, but he deserves one. Fucking gents.
Yo, that's a fact. Be civilized. We need everything. Yo, facts.
He just
Bro,
like
John
if
yo,
Morant,
you
Man.
if
guys
yo,
a bit
John Morant's a
and
beast.
win the championship. That's fucked up. After all the nigga gave to that team, like he actually pays to go there. Like that's another thing too. He pays to sit on fucking front seat. Come on,
I
man.
mean, I mean,
Like, come
But
on, man.
I think we should wrap it up for the night.
All
Did,
right,
every,
I'm
did
cool
everyone
with
get
that.
everything off their chest that they had to say? Anything that any last words from anybody?
yeah, my last word will be we just got to figure it out how we gonna proceed from here on out. Either the main question is, are we actually keeping Julius Randle? Because if we is, bro, we need a player like bad, like a Dejounte Murray. And if we're
But
not gonna keep him,
we can just, we don't have leverage.
I don't hear
But who,
nothing you saying, bro.
What about you, E? Do you have any last words?
Me? Okay. I reiterate. I said it's we got like 10 more games. If we don't start making a move, we don't got to make a trade move or because we need to start winning some games. If we don't, we're gonna be out the playoff season over.
start playing the young cats, bro. If we losing,
Right.
Yep, we need to figure something out. We need to start doing something different.
Nick Gas, any last words, my brother?
now I'm gonna
the
take the
Julius
last
is
hit.
good.
I bet.
Salute.
So with that being said, be civilized. Robert Park, Garden of Knicks podcast. Delano Steele Jr. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing any of my guys. Um,
Hell,
Worldwide L, that's correct. Anybody who was with us today, Derek Sullivan, Shaw Legacy. Um, yo, thank you guys all for watching. Everyone like, if this is your first time here, subscribe. We do this as often as we can, and we try to give y'all that raw content, that content with no filter, where people give their opinions and they're not scared about being judged or whatever. We really like to keep that type of environment here, but we're also very respectful of each other. We're all friends, so let's all get that straight. I appreciate all you guys for being out here tonight. And with that being said, I'm gonna drop a bomb like my guy TSK would do, and then we're gonna be out of here.
I'm about to throw